And coming to you live from El Carbon, Honduras. We are here with day number 2. That means only 2 people qualify today. Day number 2 of the Taco Cup qualifiers. I am, of course, Yakuzaku of the Zaku, and with me today we have La Reprisa del Tavo que guarda su pollo en la nevera himself, Light_VIP. How you doing, Light?
God damn it. What's up, Yaku? We are here. We are back with Taco Cup number 6 qualifier number 2. And before we begin, it happens every time. Yaku, yo, check your audio. Check your audio. Yep. Goddamn Bill Gates. But we're here. You may be wondering, yo, where's Yoda Slim? Mate, in the land of the Americas, it's Thanksgiving. So, you know, Yoda Slim as well as Milk and Cookies, they are currently, you know, busy stuffing their faces with turkeys. But here in Southeast Asia, mate, we got none of that.
Yeah, we have nothing to be thankful for.
Exactly.
And speaking of Thanksgiving, we're going to be starting things off here in the bottom right-hand corner map, starting all the way to the bottom right-hand corner. The Yellows player coming down from Peru. He is representing Team LP, but not that LP, this other LP. He is NeoShaGgy S.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Deathora LE, we have the other Peruvian player, the other Peruvian Zerg player, representing Unidos por el Vicio. It is Snizy.
I'm glad you took this intro, because I was going to pronounce it as Snizy.
It could be Snizy, right?
It could.
But Snizy is like the Pokemon, you know?
What? No, it's Snivy.
Isn't it Snivy?
What?
What?
Hold up. Hold up.
Yeah.
If we can get confirmation on that, that would,
Pokemon Snivy. Hold on. What am I thinking? Yeah, Snivy. Yeah.
Yeah, Snivy.
Yeah. No, it's Snivy. What are you on about?
What? Wait.
Right?
No? Question mark?
No? Isn't that what I feel like I recall the English dub and they didn't call it Snivy. Did they?
Yeah, but that's like dub.
True. But what do we do other than dub ourselves?
No, we can sub ourselves.
I guess. Speaking of subbing ourselves, thank you so much, Wait, hold on. We did have a sub earlier. Fidnantalk, thank you so much for subbing 2 months in a row. We appreciate it.
Definitely do. And what else we appreciate? Links that actually managed to stay alive. They have not been killed as of yet, Light.
Oh my god.
Despite all the preparations by Snizy, he fell for it. He moved the queens down the ramp. And NeoShaGgy's getting a nice scout everywhere.
Oh yeah, exactly. He was able to sneak into the back and he did see the Baneling nest, so he should be able to prepare in time. He's trying to get the wall up. Oh my god, that's a badly placed creep tumor though. It does mean that he can't place a building there.
That it does, but hopefully the queen is going to be in position to get some body block off. NeoShaGgy is kind of splitting up his forces just to make sure he has some good eyes on where Snizy's army is.
Yeah, exactly. And there are 2 morphing in Banelings here to the back, so NeoShaGgy has to be so careful.
And he does. He tried to get the 3rd one before it could morph, but those Banelings are scary. NeoShaGgy has to back away. Let's see how let's hope his micro is up to task.
Oh my god, the Lings, they do get over the queens, and oh god, the Lings are zoned out!
I was so worried for a second. 1 queen has already gone down. A 2nd will be joining it very, very soon. Good pull, but those drones are out of space! That's some very, very good bailing hits there. And with that, Snizy does not press the advantage. It's going to be making sure that he does have a couple of banelings ready.
Yeah, honestly, I'm really surprised. Like, after those veiling connections, he definitely could have kept going, but instead it gave NeoShaGgy a little bit of time, and now slowly but surely, there are a couple of roaches coming out. They're going to help so much when it comes to body blocking, service area, and oh my god, he's even getting the wall up.
That he is. With only a couple of roaches, it's not the scariest thing in the world for Snizy to face, but when they are in a choke point like this, when these links can't get us around, that's when he really has to start respecting the defense here of NeoShaGgy.
Yeah. I mean, the defense is kind of awkward, like the wall. There are a couple of holes in it. He has to make sure he has his units on hold position, but with this, it's going to be very difficult to bust and break through, and because of that, Snizy realizes this and is getting his own Roach Warren.
Indeed, he is. Even trying to deny the Roach Warren of NeoShaGgy a little bit. Definitely has the supply to do so, but he would be losing a lot, wouldn't he?
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't know if it would be worth it because like it would mean that he relinquishes map control. But yeah, in the end, Snizy decides to back off. You know, he does have that map control. I was so confused. NeoShaGgy was actually getting a proxy hatch.
Was being the key word. Did he forget which side of map he was on?
I think so. That was so weird.
I feel like he accidentally rallied a drone there, saw there was a drone in that base, and thought, oh, right, I'm gonna get a third base. And I thought, wait a minute.
Maybe it's because it was scouted. Like, if you look at... Okay, there we go. Snizy just said Lings there because he scouted the morphing hatchery. He was like, what?
That's actually how he pulls the entire army of Snizy back. Look at that. Every single Ling is going back home. And NeoShaGgy kind of pressing this. Not saying the roaches with him. Would rather build up a... Well, I say that, but actually...
Yeah, there are a couple of roaches going across the map. I think the big scary thing is that even though he does have the higher roach count and got the earlier Roach Warren, he doesn't have the earlier upgrades. Like, these for Snizy are well ahead of NeoShaGgy.
Yeah, that it is... And it can definitely be worrisome when you're fighting in a low supply. I think when it's high roach versus high roach, it's mostly the positioning you look out for, but... You know, when we are at this stage of the game, upgrades do matter quite a bit.
Oh yeah, definitely. So NeoShaGgy, he's gonna have to like try and find an opportunity here to deal some damage before he starts falling behind in terms of the upgrades. Instead though, he does decide to turn around, back off, and he's trying to expand and take his own third. Yeah,
which is a pretty good idea if, from where I'm looking at it. Already getting his lair done, so he should be able to get his own +2 way quicker than Snizy does.
Oh my god, he is
and
able
he just has a lot of tech options other than that.
Yeah, he does like sneak into the main, he does see the timing on the lair, so it's this weird situation where like NeoShaGgy, sure he's behind on +1, but he's gonna be able to get +2 a lot faster because he has the much faster lair, and yeah, Snizy's or the purple Zergs is so much like further behind.
Did we just give up on pronouncing his name?
Look, I don't even. How would you say it in Spanish?
Ah, Snizy.
There's no O in it. That's not.
What?
Snizy? Sneezy?
Yeah,
Sneezy.
Sneezy. Oh, we figured it out. It wasn't named after a Pokemon. It was named after Kanye.
Kanye sneeze? Is that a thing?
Yeez.
There we go. God damn it. Oh my god. But yeah, like again, even though Sneezy had like the biggest advantage, like when it comes to the upgrades, we do have, you know, roach speed already on the way. We have +1 armor. I want to see +2 range on the way for NeoShaGgy eventually, but you know, he's slowly getting ahead in terms of upgrades.
Yeah, but surely.
But
look
always.
at the Galala. Yeah. But as always, no wait, that doesn't really work here. I just want to point out that NeoShaGgy is finishing up Galal. He has the opportunity to get a little more aggressive, and funnily enough, Sneezy will be getting +2 before NeoShaGgy.
God.
So
it's NeoShaGgy, please just start. You have the money for it. He has like a decent amount of bank right now, and sure, he's making a bunch of roaches, which makes sense. But oh god, he desperately needs to start +2 at some point.
hopefully that point is sooner rather than later. Although there is a little bit of a timing window here for NeoShaGgy. He will have a pretty good army count up, and both of them will be about even on the upgrades. Still though, it's gonna be pretty tough to bust Sneezy here, which is why he's just going for the run bys.
Definitely, and you know he does poke in. He does see the stack defense. He didn't like commit into the natural. If he did, he would have lost everything to the banelings. And we do see NeoShaGgy. He's preparing to push out across the map. Like he's working on the rocks as well, so he can reinforce a little bit faster, making nothing but roaches. He is droning up a little bit, and he does have a fourth, so like he should be able to max out a little bit faster with this extra larva, especially because Sneezy is still on 3 bases, barely even droned on 3 bases. Like, look at the worker disparity.
It is quite high,
to
say the least. At least 20 supply there. Hitting here before +2 can finish up. And NeoShaGgy does have Goliath, whereas Sneezy still working on that a little bit, so he does have a lot more kiting potential. Sneezy will be able to chase this away. Really good use of the choke points. But NeoShaGgy, once again, I feel like we're in this situation where Sneezy, he's investing a lot in one area, right? His roaches, whereas NeoShaGgy, he's looking at every possibility right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like Sneezy has been like, you know, tunnel visioning a little bit too much in terms of the army, and because of that, NeoShaGgy is just skyrocketing ahead in terms of the economy. He's up almost 20 workers, but it looks like Sneezy, he's looking to be incredibly aggressive. We do have a Nidus on the way, and even a wave of links coming in to accompany this. Yeah,
and I'm getting pretty worried for NeoShaGgy right now. Okay, he's only forward on the map. If he continues to push out, he could get completely caught off guard. But actually, now that I think about it, where's the vision of Sneezy? Oh, it's far down south.
Oh, it's far down south, and you know what? He's supply booked as well. He's making 5 overlords at a time, waiting for that supply book to finish before he really commits to any big Nidus, and NeoShaGgy's not going to give him the time.
No, he is not, pushing right across the map, and already the roaches will have to be evacuated from the Nidus before Sneezy can even pop up the Nidus head. But NeoShaGgy, he is still being quite cautious. He's still reluctant to move up that ramp, and I don't really blame him. But now the Lings are getting a really good run by, and Nidus will... Okay, it shouldn't really complete now that the roaches are making it back.
Yeah,
but it does.
Surprisingly, a couple of roaches come out, and the Nidus is just gonna get sniped. All these roaches are gonna get cleaned up. We'll see how much damage these things can do. Not enough. Another Nidus gets thrown down in the main. Incredibly ambitious. To be fair, what this does is that Snizy is buying time. Sorry, Sneezy, S-boy. And NeoShaGgy, like, he's been maxed out for a while, but you know, he's not really doing much with his army. He's just, you know, stuck at home defending.
For now. Starts to push his way across the map. I was looking at the massive disparity in terms of workers right now. Like, I mean, they're both about even in terms of the army, but that is the main. That's going to be quite an issue here for Sneezy. NeoShaGgy can afford a lot more losses than his opponent can.
Yeah, exactly. And we do see the armies are engaging for the most part. They are equal in upgrades.
Ooh. Eating those biles, but NeoShaGgy is coming in here for a concave. Pretty good positioning, but the spike crawler does provide a little bit of help here and there. Sneezy will be able to push this away, but again, every loss that Sneezy takes hurts a lot more than the losses that NeoShaGgy takes. Which side of Snizy has to do so much, but that's a lot of roaches that are about to pop out here for NeoShaGgy.
Yeah, exactly. The reinforcing roaches come out just in time. I mean, the army across the map comes home as well, just in case. And yeah, NeoShaGgy does defend quite easily. Sneezy, he is looking to try and expand and take his 4th, but again, his 4th is so late. NeoShaGgy, he's already got his 5th up. Not quite saturated, but again, like, he doesn't necessarily need to. He's got plenty of workers to spare.
That he does. That he does. Interestingly enough, Sneezy actually going to be going for Lurker. Lurkers? Yeah, Lurker says he is going for a much quicker hive and will be going for that Hydra Den. Actually, I'm not confident. Actually, I'm not too sure if this is Lurkers. I'm just looking at Hydra Den and the hive, and I'm like, ah, yes, this is CPP.
Yeah, I mean, Lurkers would make sense. The problem is that he doesn't have the economy to support that. He doesn't have the gas. Like, look at the massive bag that NeoShaGgy has. He can afford to lose this engagement or to trade and remax, and Sneezy, he won't be able to do so.
I mean, he can barely afford to reinforce his own roaches right now, Sneezy can. Whereas NeoShaGgy, he's just pushing in. He doesn't care about any losses. He is going straight for the belly of Sneezy's army.
Oh, yeah.
And now, 24 roaches on the way.
Exactly. Like, NeoShaGgy took a lot of biles to the face, but again, like, he traded well, and he can just keep remaxing. As you said, 26 roaches on the way. They're gonna be popping out, and then NeoShaGgy can just keep pushing across the map.
Well, he does come home for the Nidus, but yeah, other than that, he is going to continue to press his advantage. He has reached that point where he can afford to throw away wave after wave after wave of supply at his opponent.
Yeah, exactly. We do see Snizy is going across the map, and I do like that he's applying a little bit of pressure, but I'm a little bit concerned that he may be committing a little bit too much. Like, he's already being forced back here with the main force. He's kind of segmented his army. He's trying to multi-prong, but NeoShaGgy is just all over the place.
Exactly. He's trying to multi-prong, but he does not have the supply to spare. NeoShaGgy, he can split his army 6 times over and still have enough to deflect this pressure.
Exactly. And Jesus Christ, NeoShaGgy even taking a 6th hatchery over to the right-hand side. He just has so much money, he doesn't know what to do with it. What he should be doing is getting Hive and getting his own lurkers. That is like the big advantage that Sneezy's gonna have.
Roach doesn't need tier 3. Only Roach.
Exactly, he's going full Rainer. Roaches are all you need, and exactly.
Anyway, yeah, massive flank here from 3 different sides, and with that, NeoShaGgy should be taking game number 1. GG is called. NeoShaGgy will be taking game number 1.
GG. And I like what Daunted was saying. He's like, Sneezy doesn't say GG, he says bless you. God damn it.
Oh yeah, he does. Because he sneezes.
There you go.
There we go. I'm gonna eat this croissant.
Go for it. Oh god. But yeah, we are gonna be getting into game 2 again. This is some Peru on Peru action, and something that a lot of people were, or you know, that Vortex was pointing out when it comes to the bracket. Exclamation mark B in the chat, by the way. There are a lot of Peruvians showing up here today. Not just some of these lower tier players, but also a bunch of the pros. kaozfate's here, Destroyer TT is back, Bombilla, Bomber as well. Like all these players. Neo, the other Neo, not NeoShaGgy. So yeah, they're all showing up looking to try and, you know, qualify just like one of their countrymen did yesterday.
I'm thinking back. Oh, right. There was a Peruvian who qualified yesterday. That was not James Baxter. I still remember that name somehow. It was Zion, to surprise everyone. Took out eggs in a close series, and sure, he lost to Paco Mike, but that's still what... He still took the best Protoss player to the goddamn ace match.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. And even then, arguably, he was ahead in some of those games that in the one game that he lost. It could have been a 2-0 as well, but yeah, like there were some intense series yesterday. It was honestly really impressive, and I'm waiting to see if there's gonna be another like surprise result here. Has there been anyone else like really you know, training behind the scenes and doing well? Like the biggest name that we all see is the Zerglord. Like the Zerglord is like is like the biggest name, but like, you know, so was Eggs yesterday, and he was taken out.
Indeed he was, and I gotta tell you, like, I'm looking at James Baxter.
I just say that because he's talking in the chat. Sad.
I mean, I didn't tell you why I was looking at him, but now you know.
Yeah, James Baxter is, of course, he's infamous for winning all of those raffles in Sentimental Latino and Battle of the Americas. So maybe his luck will pay off here.
Yeah, this time there is no raffles, so he actually has to, you know, try.
Exactly. Alright, so we are just remaking game 2 because WCS Game Heart wasn't there, unfortunately, but we're good, we're getting there.
All right, all ready. Funara Light.
Of course. Everyone should, as a reminder, everyone should also exclamation mark Funara Dastan, because mate, he's not here again. He was here yesterday in the chat, but he didn't sign up. Mate, what's going on?
Chile, you know. And whatnot. Speaking of whatchamacallit, Thanksgiving, lad, I got a fun fact for you. Actually, it's not a fact because I'm not certain of it. I'm going off of memory. If I'm not mistaken, Turkey is Peru. The bird, I mean.
What? Wait, what?
If I'm not mistaken, I'm going off of memory here.
Turkey and Peru.
I read this like years ago.
Okay. Sorry.
Turkey is Peru, if I'm not wrong.
Wow, okay.
Or is it Hindi? Maybe it's in Hindi, Turkey is Peru.
Peru is Turkey somewhere.
Peru is Turkey somewhere. And speaking of somewhere, we are now on Lightshade. We thought we were somewhere, but we are actually on Lightshade. We're in the top left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner. If the Teals player coming down from Peru, he is going to be representing Team LP, but not that LP. He is NeoShaGgy S.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Peruvian Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Team Unidos por el Vicio. It is Snizy.
Am I gonna start calling the Pokemon Sneevy now?
I'm pretty sure it's not. There's got to be like some
It's Snippy. It's gotta be. So why would it be Snivy?
Hold on. Does it say like how to pronounce somewhere? Is there like a?
I think there's a phonetical thing on Bulbapedia or what have you. By the way, Snivy, best Generation 5 starter.
Uh-huh. How do you pronounce that, Yaku? This is how you pronounce it.
What am I looking at?
It's in live feed.
Snavy. Because it's like Bill Nye.
Sny, yeah. Sny.
Snivy.
Yeah, Snivy.
Because it's like Bill Nye. Snay. It's SNYE-VEE.
Snivy.
Snavy. No wait, but actually, because sometimes in like some languages the double E is like A, so Snave.
God damn it. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, we should probably ask him at some point how to pronounce it. We're not going to, but that's what we should be doing. And
yeah, but we're not going to.
Yeah, it's fine. As you know, we are getting into this matchup, and so far, as the players were saying earlier, like no one's really going for any kind of crazy rush. Like so far, everything's pretty straight up, pretty normal.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things where you start things off on a map like Death Aura. Second map always gonna be something like Romanticide or Lightshade. They do like to alternate between what kind of openings they want to go for. So when you start off with something a little bit more aggressive on Death Aura, pick a map like that, Lightshade, where you can't really, doing something like that isn't really effective, so instead you go for more greedy kind of builds. Or economic, I should say. It's not really greedy.
Yeah, like we do have Sneezy going for a much faster third hatchery compared to NeoShaGgy. NeoShaGgy was playing a little bit more safe, a little bit more conservative, and actually he's skipping the Baneling Nest entirely, just going straight into roaches. Yeah,
I think he did something similar in the previous game, so I'm not sure what it is about NeoShaGgy. Maybe just not as confident with his Ling Bane control. Sneezy actually switching things up, not going for the Baneling Nest, going for the Roach Horn as well. So we are going to be seeing that good old Roach War that we do, well, some of us anyway, do enjoy watching in ZVZ.
Yeah, I think what happened was, the Overlord was able to see the timing on the third base. He saw that it was later than his own, so he's like, oh, he's probably focused a little bit more on his army. So you know what? I'm going to cancel the Bane Nest. I'm not going to be able to deal as much damage as I could have in the previous game and just go straight into roaches myself.
Yeah, that's a pretty important thing to consider, is the timing on the third base and what that means for the army. And yeah, you're kind of right in there. So NeoShaGgy, he did build this defensive army, but now he's still going to make use of it somehow, saying if Sneezy won't come to me, I'll come to him. And already getting some decent damage, gets a queen.
Yeah.
For a second, he might have been able to fight there, but I guess not.
Yeah, he just, snipes the queen, takes his wins and backs off. Meanwhile, Snizy made a wave of lings, kind of like in desperation, as like a little bit of fear struck him, like, oh my god. And that really wasted some larva. Now Sneezy has to do something with all of these lings that he made. Try and deal some counter damage, maybe kill a queen as well.
Yeah, but already NeoShaGgy is looking to make that hard on him. He's got a couple of roaches, and +1 is on the way, but the most important thing is he's already set up by his start base. He's got a pretty good position here, trying to go in for a flank. Sneezy trying to go around this army, but NeoShaGgy ain't letting it happen.
Not at all, the lings. They just circle around the third, trying to find some damage. Don't even dive into the main. So yeah, he's kind of in the dark. Again, a lot of wasted larva. He hasn't really been able to do anything at all with these lings. And NeoShaGgy actually going for a counterattack. Oh my god, he's gonna get another queen.
Yeah, he realizes he is gonna get another queen here. Some would call him the Reggie Cider. No, that's Xeno Cider. And we'll be able to get a queen and get right on out, regrouping the rest of his army, because NeoShaGgy, he is not done whatsoever. He's looking to put hurt on, yeah.
Yeah, and Sneeze, did he just evacuate his turret? Like, there's nothing here. There was a queen here. Yeah, but he didn't evacuate the drones, so a couple of drones do get sniped off. 6 drones go down.
And that is already fantastic damage, and NeoShaGgy is looking to continue to press this. All of that wasted larva earlier for Sneezy, it is really showing now. NeoShaGgy really pulling up the army supply, or really getting ahead in the army supply.
Oh my god, exactly. And I love how there were a bunch of roaches here to just kind of stem the tide and keep the rest of Sneezy's army away, and the third does get sniped off of this. So now Sneezy, he's now stuck on 3 bases. He's trying to expand behind this, trying to retake the third, but I feel like he desperately needs to deal some kind of damage to NeoShaGgy.
Yeah, but NeoShaGgy already not letting that happen. Backs away right as he was kind of anticipating a bit of a counterattack, but now when he realizes, yeah, no, Sneezy ain't coming to me, I'm gonna go back to him.
Yeah, and surprisingly, Sneezy, like, his plan is, all right, I'm gonna go for a hydrogen and an infestation pit. Again, I feel like this is a little bit too greedy, maybe unrealistic. Like, I don't think he has the economy to support this. Like, he didn't have it last game. This game, when he's down to 2 hatcheries,
yeah, it is very ambitious. I do think that lurkers would be able to defend pretty well, so I can kind of see where Sneezy is coming from here. But again, it's like you said, it really is very resource dependent. I'm not convinced that Sneezy has the resources to spare.
Yeah, we say resources like it's very gas heavy to invest into hydras and then lurkers, and like it takes so much time as well. Oh my god, the third was forced to be cancelled, so Sneezy's still stuck only on 2 bases. Again, he's trying desperately to expand, but just like last game, like I would have loved to have seen, I don't know, like a Nidus, to sneak into the main or something, right? Like the main on this map is so much more larger. There's so much more room to take advantage of.
It definitely is. But I'm guessing he's, he may be considering that NeoShaGgy, maybe not falling for the same thing twice, but NeoShaGgy, I mean, he's being very aggressive this game. He's got his entire army forward. So I would imagine the Nidus could be pretty effective.
Yeah, it definitely could. And we do see, alright, so the hive is on the way, the lurker den is going down as well, so he's just trying to rush to lurkers straight up there. I mean, I guess this could work if he morphs in like a handful of hydras and then turns them into lurkers, and then maybe he can defend with that and then slowly like turtle up and expand and take a third.
Yeah, I think that is the game plan right now, but meanwhile NeoShaGgy, he's just not... Well, he is giving Sneezy the time to get those lurkers out, but he is not going to make it easy on him whatsoever when it comes to expanding and getting those bases out.
Yeah, like that's...
He is not going to let his opponent outmine him.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, there are just so many roaches here. Jesus Christ, like a massive train of roaches just headed straight towards the third base, towards the bases of Sneezy.
Yeah, not even going for the third base. NeoShaGgy wants this game to be over, and he is jumping straight on top of that hive.
Oh my god, the roach one is so close to being sniped as well. There are a couple of roaches here, but again, there's just not enough. There is a single lurker in production, but I think it was sniped.
I think that got sniped, yeah. Only a handful of hydras right now. Sneezy cannot make a single lurker. Lurker then getting sniped. GG is called, and NeoShaGgy will advance. GG.
GG. NeoShaGgy, a bit of a fan of the channel, is able to 2-0 his countryman, his opponent, and move on to the next round of these qualifiers.
And he will. I almost said that he will qualify, but I remember that was still. It's still morning.
Oh my god! I just realized NeoShaGgy had 400 APM that game.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh boy! And as
414.
Yeah.
He had literally. Oh wait, no, never mind. I was gonna say he had double of Snivy's, who had 212, but I'm like, wait, 414. It's kind of twice, but not really twice.
Kind of
twice.
It's almost twice. It's like half as twice.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh god. But NeoShaGgy, he advances, and it looks like he advances on to face, or he's going to face, one of the stronger opponents here. I'm actually surprised. If you look at the bracket, it actually shows you what country they're from. The flag codes are next to their names.
Oh yeah.
That would have been useful yesterday.
If not for the fact that yeah, I've been pretty good. If not for the fact that you have to zoom out a lot.
Yeah, it is a bit of a shame.
NeoShaGgy has CL.
Wait, yeah, why does he have CL? He's Peruvian. Why CL is Chile?
Question mark?
God damn it, NeoShaGgy. Shaking my head. But like, he will most likely face the Zerglord, as the Zerglord is currently duking it out against Ducklings. And yeah, so we can either wait for their series, or we can peruse around, look at that bracket and find another match to jump into.
Peru?
Yes, Peru.
Right. But why? Wait, multiple Peru?
There is multiple. I mean, I didn't get to mention that Shelby's here as well. Shelby's been doing, I mean, he's a Peruvian Terran who's been doing well for himself. Chaos, oh my god, we just got some updates. kaozfate 2-0'd Mimeron, which is pretty sick.
What?
Yeah, Mimeron, one of the stronger Brazilian Protoss players out there as well, already knocked out of the bracket.
I am in disbelief. Then again, we are talking about kaozfate here. He has had some pretty good showings in the weekly tournaments, showing that he really is sort of rising up quite a bit. But damn, taking out Mimeron.
Oh yeah. I've had discussions with Darking about kaozfate, about how like it feels like he's gonna be the next special. Like, he has been doing incredibly well. He's incredibly fast. He reminds me a little bit of like maybe a younger time. Like, he's like constantly dropping, like harassing all over the place. Like, he loves his bio play, which, I mean, you always love to see that. And he's taken it to players like Eggs before. I don't think he's been able to win series, but he's been able to win games off of them, like in solid macro play. He's on the cusp of like really breaking out.
Absolutely is, and I am hoping that we do get a bit of a time story with him. Somebody who, slowly but surely made into that their own style of play, and then this eventually breaking out.
Yeah, definitely. That's kind of what we're waiting for. And there are a lot of really good matches, a lot of really good players. All the way at the bottom of the bracket is, again, Fornada Vortex, because Vortex is adminning. And what kind of seeding is this? Yanji and Mood. Like, Mood, the best Bolivian player right now, going up against Yanji, another solid like Brazilian player. Like, they're already facing each other in round 2.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's a country code. Because he saw the B in Bolivia and the B in Brazil.
God damn it, Vortex.
SMH in my head.
And I guess another reminder, so today's qualifier is going to be a little bit different to yesterday's, if you were here yesterday. So in qualifier 1, it was the top 4 players who managed to make it to the main event. Obviously, they still played out the bracket for the prize money, for the earnings. But today, only the top 2 will qualify.
Indeed, they will, which is Interesting how they decided to go with that.
Hmm.
Well, I guess it makes a bit more sense than going for 3 each day. As only 6 players can qualify, we got 10 invitees, and we do want to get a nice solid round of 16 bracket going up.
Yeah, definitely. We already have, like, for the most part, the bracket has been made. It's just missing the players who qualify. So they already have an idea of who they're going to face, and it's looking pretty rough. Like, if you look at the invites, like, there are some heavy hitters there.
They, it takes me a while to process the magnitude of the invitees. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I'm looking at my own boy, you know, Clem. He's standing there, and if I'm not wrong, in the round 16, he will be facing the second seed of today.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's the crazy. Like, Clem is the biggest boy in that bracket. It's crazy. It's like, let's get, like, arguably one of the best Terrans in the world. Like, he's up there with someone of the likes of TY, you know, like, when it comes to their accomplishments this year. Maybe TY, you know.
No, well, I wouldn't say in terms of their accomplishments, but in terms of performance, you know, like in-game performance, I would say that Clem is definitely up there.
Yeah,
definitely the top performing foreign Terran of this year.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it's like, Jesus Christ, like, these players are going to be up against players like him. It's going to be insane, and best of luck, you know. So you're going to need it if you're going up against Clem.
I agree. So, you know, best of luck. No, it's not going to be the Zerglord who goes up against Clem. Zerglord will... Well, assuming Zerglord makes it out for us in today's bracket, then he should be facing Mana, if I'm not mistaken. I wasn't really sure how the seeding works. I was just looking at the whatchamacallit. I'm like, right, these are the last 2 people who don't have their opponents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure which ones, like, who faces who quite yet. But yeah, regardless, it's gonna be pretty sick to see. Of course, the main event, it's quite compact. We do have the main event starting tomorrow. And yeah, we basically have 4 days straight of Taco Cup. We have the qualifiers and then straight into the main event.
I like it. Condense it all down. Put it all together.
Exactly. And yeah, currently we're just still waiting for a series. There are a couple of players who are in game. Again, like, the bracket is so large, like, I don't really know where I want to hone in and who I want to follow at the moment. It's like it's kind of overwhelming a little bit. All right, but here we go. The lobby hasn't made. The players are ready. And
now we're looking to go.
Yeah, we're looking to get into our first non-ZVZ matchup.
Patos listo. I didn't think we were gonna get that today.
Protoss?
Yeah. Or non-ZVZ.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong in that, like, a lot of the stronger Protoss players, like, they've already, you know, made it through. Like, Paco Mike's the big one, right? Like, he's already out. Oh, he's already in. I guess I should say. So he's not here today. Same with Zion's, right?
Yeah, same with Nina. Same with so quickly I'll same with Mana. You're not gonna no? Okay. Anyway, speaking of the Na players, we are now here on Jaganatha LE. We're in the bottom left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. We have the red Protoss player. One of the few Protoss players in this entire bracket, trying to round things off by qualifying and getting a nice round 5 Protoss players in that final bracket. He is coming down from, not Brazil, the other one, Chile. He is Asta.
You were right the first time.
Wait, what?
He is from Brazil. He is from Brazil. And sporting in the top right-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the Chilean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg. Ooh, going for a pool first opening. He is representing the Chilean clan T-Sup Gaming. It is chorocarlo.
T-Sop is always confusing to me.
Oh, how so? How so?
Because I look at their logo, right? And I think, okay, that's Chile. But then I look at the name of the clan. It's T-Sop, right? So I'm thinking it's like the Texas something of Protoss. Or something along those lines.
Why Texas?
Because it's a T. Speaking of the T, chorocarlo taking a page off of Chase's book here, going for a very cheeky hatch, proxy hatch.
Yeah, something that was crazy to me. So we did have a pool first opening, and that natural was incredibly late. I was so surprised that he wasn't getting the natural at the third base location. And Master himself was also checking. Yeah, he was thinking about it, but he decided not to go for it. Instead, he is going for that proxy, and so far, Master has not seen it at all.
He really has not. I saw the Overlord coming down and I thought, oh, I'll see it now, but then I realized, yeah, which race has Overlords? I'm surprised that chorocarlo didn't pull a drone here, just to go for that drone drill. But it seems like these Zerglings are going to be enough to chase this depth away.
Oh, they are. The depth so close to going down as well. The Lings, they make it through the wall. It's currently not a wall. Surprisingly, we have a third hatchery on the way and the natural. So what's the plan here with this proxy hatch? He's making
the plan is get a lot of larvae.
He's making a drone.
He's making a drone.
He's making a drone.
I imagine that's going to become a spine crawler.
I mean, he's trying. He's trying to make it a spine, but it's just gonna go down.
Yeah, 2 adepts are just about enough to out DPS the healing of a growing spine, like so, and will take out the drone in the end. Couple of Lings now being morphed in. I feel like with the Brootlings and chorocarlo has a bit of an opportunity to get some damage done, but how long is that gonna take?
Yeah, I mean, there's already a shoe battery in the main. We'll see how long, how much time this buys chorocarlo. Like, he is still trying to get a drone out, so it looks like he's trying to keep all these units busy and actually finally sneak out a spore. I mean, a spine.
Yeah, and again, he is trying to do so, but now the queen is so low, Light. It's so low, it goes down. And now there's only a couple of Lings, but I feel like that may just have been enough time for quick warping back in the main base, and that is going to be enough to chase away this spine crawler. Actually gets a kill and not a cancel there. These Lings not going to accomplish much, not against that stalker anyway.
Exactly, yeah, everything here is going to be going down. Hopefully chorocarlo is able to cancel the queen, because again, there's very little chance he's going to do much. I would have liked to have seen if the initial queen like threw down like a creep tumor or something like that, just to be annoying, but again, it's so difficult to do because there are so many units out.
That there are. And now even, I feel like chorocarlo, he's kind of hemorrhaging minerals here, just getting queen out every time. That doesn't really get much done. Yeah,
he's even making an overlord here, and I feel like the overlord could get sniped. Like, there's anti-air.
Oh, it's by the edge. It's by the edge. It actually gets chased away because of the Brootlings. chorocarlo timing this overlord perfectly.
Yeah, beautifully done. Oh my god.
But it's like a spiker.
Oh god, there's a stalker on the low ground, so the overlord is gonna go down. All these things are gonna go down. There is a drone that snuck away.
It's gonna build another hatch.
He's gonna proxy another hatch. He honestly, he could. Like, there's still no vision there in that same corner. Like, if he wanted to.
I'm just waiting for it now.
He would die if he did it. like, so much money has been invested. Like, look at the units lost. Look at the resources lost, Yaku.
That's quite a bit for the Zerg player. Not really a lot for the Protoss player.
The Master literally lost a single adept. That's all he lost. And now he's going across the map. He's got his War Prism. Like, there's nothing. There's just nothing. There's 4 lings, mate.
Yeah, there are 4 lings, and even though there are a couple of roaches being pumped up now, there's not a lot that roaches can do against stalkers like this.
Yeah.
Stalkers, they can really kite those units just for days on end.
Not just the Stalkers, but the War Prism micro as well, like, it's on Master to really lose any of his units, and sure, there are a handful of roaches here and there. The lings, they come back home to defend, but...
I did see Blink.
Oh yeah, he's got Blink as well. Jesus. Yeah, he's got
I
everything.
mean, he's got such a massive army that I don't think he really has to micro it, but he has a lot of micro potential behind it just to secure the victory. GG's call. Master taking game number 1 after some defending against some unorthodox play there.
Yeah, I liked it until I didn't. Like, I like the proxy hatch. Make a queen, right? Like a single queen just to spread creep. That's it, but he just can't. It felt like he had his hatchery like hotkeyed with the rest of his hatchery, so he was just like spending his larva, and he just kept spending the larva there in the proxy hatch when he didn't mean to. Like, oh god.
Shaking my head. Someone has clearly not mastered the ways of the chase. Who's that other player who does a lot of proxy hatch like this? Cats. But this isn't a Cats proxy hatch.
Yeah. Chorocarlo, he's got to tune into more oceanic StarCraft, like. Oh god, it was. Yeah, it was rough. It was rough.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's enough. It was.
Yeah. I think he did a really good job at sneaking it in. Like, it didn't go scout. It wasn't scouted until it was finished. Like, that's pretty impressive in and of itself.
Yeah, honestly, just refining that build down quite a bit, I think will really benefit chorocarlo, because he is already able to, sort of sneak that drone in. But we'll see if that happens again. This time on another map with a massive main base. That map being Lightshade LE. We're in the top left-hand corner map, swinging all the way in the top left-hand corner. We have the red Protoss player coming down from Brazil. He is currently teamless and looking to go up against either kaozfate or jackiechan here. Let's see if he will do so. We have Master. Not to be confused with Massa.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Chilean Zerg player, the blue Zerg, representing Team T-Sop Gaming, aka Team Sopapillas. It is chorocarlo.
Gotta love the Texas team.
It's not Team Texas. God damn it!
There's a T in it.
I'm gonna tell Yoda you said that.
It has a T in it.
He's like, yeah, Texas has its own flag. How dare you?
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
but
God.
it has a T in it.
It does. It does have a T in it. You're not wrong. But I do like this already from chorocarlo. His natural was denied, but this time there's no crazy shenanigans. He's looking to play this a little bit more standard. I say standard. Oh, yo, he was like hiding his drone there. Oh, getting a fast third. Okay.
Okay, very greedy coming out right now from chorocarlo. It was so important that he did go for the bit of earlier pool, as he really needs the units out to be able to defend these bases.
Definitely. Something else that I was going to point out is that this is a pretty interesting third base that he decided to take. It looks pretty aggressive, so we'll see how this is going to come into play. And if he decides to go for like some big like roach push or something along those lines.
I've been thinking about that actually, about the third base locations here on Lightshade. Is that the more aggressive third base location? Because I feel like that other, this third base location, it's also pretty close to the opponent. Just walk in a horizontal line and you're in your opponent's natural.
Yeah, I will also say that I feel like this as a third isn't the worst to defend. Like, it feels very open, you know, which means like you can get a bunch of surrounds. Like, it's not. I feel like it's a little bit more difficult to take the third on other maps, like Oxide or something along those lines, where there are like these choke points that players can really take advantage of. But here on Lightshade, like, it's not looking too bad.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the aggressive player would have to, like you said, if they wanted to make use of their choke point, they have to be pretty far back. They have to make use of some kind of siege unit, like a tank or something.
Definitely.
If you actually want to be in range of that hatch, they're gonna have to give that up and get right into the open.
For sure, for sure. Also, thank you so much. Shout out to an anonymous cheerer for the cheers. Cheers.
Hey, I would thank you, but you want to be anonymous, so.
Yeah, so thank you, anonymous. We appreciate it. It reminds me of there's another Twitch account called a Twitch viewer. It's just
I remember a Twitch viewer.
Yeah, it's just a Twitch viewer. It's like, okay, yeah, thanks.
One of many.
One of many.
And speaking of one of many, that's a lot of gateways masters thrown down right here. Jeez. Blink is going to be finishing up as well, so it's actually not going to be a depths, which is interesting to me. I feel like we see this a lot more in PvT rather than PvZ.
Definitely. This is a very interesting style. We didn't get to mention it, but like, he didn't go for a Stargate opener, he did go for a Twilight Council, going straight into Blink with 6 gateways. This is going to hit hard. As soon as that War Prism finishes, he's going to be rushing across the map.
Indeed, he is not wasting any minerals or gas on Immortals. This is straight up Blink Stalker play coming out from Master.
Yeah.
And we'll see. I mean, we'll see how far his micro can sort of take him here.
So
I feel like when you're doing this, you got to be very confident in that area.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, and with Blink and with that War Prison as well, like, it's gonna be insane. chorocarlo, he should be aware of what's happening. He did send links across the map, so he did scout it. Even though he didn't go into the main, he saw all of those gateways being thrown down. He saw the stalkers as well. But there's no sack defense. The roaches are coming out, but they're not ready yet.
No, they are not, and they're actually getting picked off here one by one. Again, stalkers, they outrange roaches by quite a bit. Blink is finished here, so he can always blink away if he needs to. Even force the polar boys over here to have a little bit of a buffer. This is not going chorocarlo's way at all.
My god, he's joining up in the middle of this defense, Yaku.
What a madman. I mean, he lost some workers, like, he has to remake them. Priorities.
I understand the logic. I just don't agree with it. It's like, mate, you got a bunch of Blink Stalkers in your face. Like, you need to deal with this. And he's got 16 links on the way. Links are going to help so much to get on top of the Stalkers buffer for the Road Traveler. And so far, he's done a decent job, but the links are running out.
Links are starting to run out, but I tell you what, the roaches, they're starting to push in. Another quick little warp in here coming down. And the Bile is not in range of the Warp Prism! That would have been just enough to take the Warp Prism out! But it just misses it, and now Master, he is leveraging his advantage. He is just pushing all the way deep into creep.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just barely misplaced. The Biles, they did land on some units, but he desperately wanted it to land on that War Prism to snipe it out of the sky, and that would have completely shut down this push, but it stayed alive, and now the Stalkers are here. They're back again, and the drones that were just remade are going to be taken out.
Well, you can always make more drones. That's how I view it. And I think chorocarlo is viewing it as well.
I swear to God, if I saw more drones in the production tab, like, god damn it, chorocarlo, you need your units, and oh god, he's just not going to be able to hold on to his third.
No, he is not, and I'm just looking at the army supply difference. I don't think he's going to be able to hold on to his natural baseline either. GG is called, and Master going to be taking that series, proving that Protoss ain't dead. We could have 5 Protoss players in Router 16. How crazy would that be like?
That would be crazy. That would be insane. And Master, as you said, he does move on. He does 2-0. And he is going to be going up against, we mentioned it earlier, the winner of kaozfate, jackiechan.
The answer is Owen Wilson.
God damn it.
I'm just gonna stew in that for now.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see what's... Oh! kaozfate's here. He's here. He's out of game.
And now we can get in-game.
Jackiechan. There we go. Beautiful. Oh god. Can we get in? He's made a lobby.
Can we?
God damn it, Jackiechan.
Can we not?
Oh god, I'm trying to get in before they start the game. Oh, okay. Phew. Okay. Thank God. They were just about to start. It's because Jackiechan has his privacy settings on, so I can't whisper him. So I was like, oh god, I have to get through somehow. But it looks like they are going to be getting into series, so you know what? We'll just jump into that, and then the winner of that goes up against Masters. Or Master.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, we're good. You know what? I forgot to ask them, what the score was, but I'm gonna go into the assumption that this is 0-0.
Yeah, I mean, we may get clarification after that, but for now, I mean, just based on what we can infer, we're gonna make an educated guess and say, yeah, it is just about to start a series, and actually going to be a TVT, which I was not expecting.
Oh yeah, Jesus, I wasn't expecting that either.
And speaking of what we weren't expecting, we are now here on Pillars of Gold LE, which holds up all of the other maps in the current map pool. We're in the top right-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top right-hand corner. We have the orange. I remember the word orange. Orange Terran player coming down from... I need to double check this real quick as I quickly go into the bracket. I'm going to say... Throw it out there. Peru! He is going to be playing for Clan Insane Masters
Killers.
He is Master Killers. He is Yaral, otherwise known as kaozfate.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE, we have the other Peruvian player, the Peruvian Terran, the Green Terran, representing team Get With Him. That's a lot of letters. We have Jackiechan.
Is that the name of an episode of Jackiechan Adventures?
Get With Him?
Question mark?
It's possible. Hold on. GT, I'm looking this up. I'm actually GT WITM.
Yeah?
Clans. Go to work in the morning.
What?
Team, go to work in the morning. What?
Get With Him is much better. Okay.
That's the thing, yeah.
I guess it's a clan that consists of night watchmen.
You know what? They're just the most responsible people in the world, They just want to remind each other, like, hey, you can't stay up too late, right? We got work in the morning.
Yeah, clearly they're a clan of people who are looking out for another in that kind of way. Yeah, that's why you would join that clan, because I don't trust myself.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Nice little delay here that ERL is able to get surprisingly on Jackiechan's base.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, it's pretty surprising. Like, I know Jackiechan is pretty good at StarCraft. He kind of grew up with it. And again, this is his mantra, right? Go to work in the morning. But at the same time, he's getting to that age where, like, Jackiechan, he's like, what, 60? He's getting up there.
Yeah, something along those lines. He's looking to hand over the reins, if that makes sense.
Yeah, to Will Smith or to Jaden Smith.
Yeah, Jaden Smith.
There you go.
Yeah, the young one.
Yeah.
I watched the Karate Kid, but speaking of the Karate Kid, Yarl getting so much damage with so little Reapers and Hellion as well. I just realized we do not seem to have game heart.
We do not, but you know what we do have? We do have the units lost tab as 7 SCVs have gone down. To be fair, on the other side of the map, jackiechan was able to slip a Reaper across and actually delay the natural of Gerald of kaozfate. So yeah, both players are both stuck on one base.
For now, anyways, Gerald has a much better army at the moment. Offensively, he has taken control, really preventing jackiechan from moving down into his natural base. But meanwhile, tank and 2 Marines, considering what jackiechan is right now, that is more than enough that he needs to defend. Even going home now, as he realizes he can't quite get much more damage done.
Yeah.
Or rather, regroup and go for a stronger push.
Yeah, like unfortunately jackiechan, like he did stop SCV production throughout that. Again, things were getting pretty hectic, pretty insane, and because of that, he is currently down almost 10 workers to kaozfate, despite them both being on 1 CC for around the same period of time. And I mean, jackiechan does make it to his low ground and he does finish up his natural, but again, like he is a little bit behind in terms of the economy and the army.
Indeed, he really is. And now Gerald, I mean, he's going to continue to be a very aggressive player like we kind of expect him to be. Moving out across the map. jackiechan trying to go for a bit of a scout / run by here with the Hellion Reaper, but half of that already being caught in the middle of the map. Taken out just like so. And the other half, getting a little preoccupied. I mean, we'll be able to catch a couple of resources from Gerald, which is going to be really helpful and weakens the push, but...
Oh, yeah, you know what? These Marines, they're not really ideal to deal with these Hellions, so the Hellions are actually going to get into the mineral line of kaozfate and deal some damage. At the same time, the Liberator is denying any mining from the main base of kaozfate, but at the same time, the tanks are across the map.
Tanks are across the map. They landed right on top of the bunker, immediately sieges up, and this is a really good position. Gonna try to get a supply block here on jackiechan. Come on, one more supply depot goes out, and that's a supply block.
Oh yeah, one more depot. The add-on goes down as well, so the production is under fire of jackiechan. Meanwhile, across the map, it looks like the Hellions have been dealt with. It's just the Liberator that's really causing any issues for kaozfate, but for the most part, that's been dealt with, and jackiechan is still struggling with these 2 tanks and this handful of Marines.
Indeed, he is. He has nowhere near enough to really push into that, and right now, kaozfate really taking the positional battle.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, beautiful tank positioning forces the boys off the line. He's trying to dive on top of this, throws down an auto turret as well.
Yeah, to be fair, it will at least take out the tank. Oh, might actually get a second one. The auto turret is focusing it down, but it runs out of time just at the end. Really nice starter stepping here coming out from Gerald. GG's call from jackiechan. And kaozfate going to be taking game number 1, showing off his mastery in winning positions and whatnot.
Oh yeah, definitely. To be fair, honestly, I was pretty impressed with jackiechan and the amount of damage he was able to deal across the map. Not even across the map, but in the center of the map as well. Like, he was able to delay the natural, he was able to get into some mineral lines and kill some SCVs. Like, that was really well done, but at the end of the day, like, his macro was slipping, like, his SCV production was kind of, you know, slowing down as well, and that's kind of what really hurt him, because that overall affected, like, his army supply, his production, and everything else.
It really did. I guess it really goes to show how quickly a TVT can sort of snowball like that. I mean, a lot of people will generally agree that if both players were, you know, stable for long enough, then having a slight lead doesn't mean too much. I mean, TVT can really much swing when you get into those positional tank battles, but Gerald did not even allow that stage of the game to happen. Immediately just said, yeah, no, I'm gonna be the one with tanks. What do you got? What do you have?
Yeah. Pretty much, and what did he have, right? He just didn't have much at all. Hold on. All right, here we go. And oh, actually, I didn't notice. Wow, Darking redeeming a group, please. God damn it, Darking. So we are gonna get Kuro to jump in. Actually, we may be able to get her for this series. So you know what, Yaku? You can finish up that croissant.
I don't know if I want to.
Or you can get you can refill on your water, because you know what? Krupp, someone who's wide awake, is ready to join.
Good morning.
Feels bad, man. Kuro, what time is it right now in Poland?
It's only 2:30. It's not like I have to wake up for the tournament in the morning. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag it's fine.
Yeah, we have a tournament in like 8 hours, right? Like,
how much is it? Yeah, like 8 hours.
8.5 hours.
Yeah, a bit over.
F's in the chat. Oh boy, so
But hey.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the guys, of course I had to cast Jackie-chan. I was
about to say, I was about to say that how do you feel like you get to cast Jackie-chan?
I know, right? I'm so excited. I'm a huge fan of Jackie-chan. I didn't know if he's a fan of StarCraft and like playing himself. But, after the whole day of doing stunt work, you need something to cheer at home, right? So maybe just play StarCraft.
Yeah. He's actually, I don't know if you knew this, I didn't know this until recently, but Jackie Chan, his wife is actually a Peruvian citizen. So because he got married, he's actually eligible to compete in events like this, in Latin American events like this.
Okay. That's good to know. But anyways, God damn it, you make me introduce the other player.
But here we are, we're sporting in the bottom left-hand corner of Oxide LE, and here we have, he's not just a citizen, he's also a resident of the land of Peru. I did forget the flags here, but it's all good. We have the Peruvian Terran player representing Team Insane Master Killers. It is kaozfate.
And in the top right corner of the map, Oxide LE, we have the red Terran player, ready to go to the work in the morning and do stunt work. We have Jackie-chan.
And now that we're in something like quarantine and stuff like that, and now that I started off with that, but really what I'm getting at is that Jackie Chan, he's getting to that age where he has to take care of himself. It's great and all that he's doing stunt work, but at the same time, when you're at that age, you just kind of want to chill at home and play some StarCraft.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's that's an ideal hobby to have, when you retire from stunt work.
Yeah.
I will say, when I just saw Jackie-chan, I started thinking about what would Ace versus Jackie-chan would be like.
Like IRL or?
That's a very good question. That's a very good question.
Oh boy, yeah. Even though Jackie Chan is 65 or 70, I feel like he'd just absolutely wreck Ares. Not gonna lie.
To be honest, to be entirely honest, I actually don't know how Ares' style does against someone, because from what I've seen, what he does, it's mostly performance kind of thing. It's not so much actual confrontation.
Look, Ares, he may lose, but he's gonna lose it in like a beautiful way. Right? He's gonna look good losing.
Yes, definitely. As this Reaper is just jumping into the base in a beautiful style.
Yeah, jackiechan, he gets in. He does die, but you know what? He was able to scout. You know, he was able to see the production. He was able to delay the natural as well. So wasn't the worst of things.
Yeah, he did get a scout, and that's what he wanted. Of course, it would be nice to keep the Reaper, especially since Gerald already has 2. But it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, definitely. Like, if Yarrow decided to go across the map, he would have the Reaper advantage. But, you know, jackiechan does have the, you know, the defensive base advantage with the faster units. So, you know, we do have Yarrow staying at home instead. But, like, his production is also ramping up. Like, he's already working on all his add-ons. And Yarrow, he focused more on just getting out the starport.
Yeah, I'm an expert in Terran build orders, as you know. I know Terran very well. They're the race that starts with T, and they have Marines and tanks.
They have man with gun.
They have man with gun. And believe it or not, more Marines.
So, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit worried. Okay, I'm not worried anymore. So... kaozfate was going for a 1-1-1, and I was a little bit concerned that he was going to go for something like Ravens, and I'm like, something like Banshees. And I was like, yo, like, if Yarrow like doesn't have the right units to defend, and if he's caught out, like, Banshees could deal a lot of damage. But kaozfate, he's going for Ravens, something a little bit more standard, something a little bit more, you know, as a support unit for his main army.
Actually, jackiechan could totally go over and attack. Like, he has the Liberator, obviously, but he has more Hellions now. What does he have at home at the moment? Because he has a tank. Okay, he has a tank. It's a very important point.
Yeah.
He has a tank.
that's the thing, right? When you have a tank, you just shut this down. Like, oh god.
Yep. Like this. I feel like this push would be more effective if it was slightly earlier on, but let's see what the Liberator does. Yeah,
the Liberator does sneak into the main base, and you know what? So far, a bit of a delayed response. So 3 SCVs to go down.
And was it me, or did the tank look like it was blocking the ramp for a moment? I felt like some units were stuck there.
Look, don't body shame the tank.
Sliding around.
Okay, like it's
sliding around.
Poor thing. But honestly, that was nice. Like, jackiechan, he deals a little bit of damage, and he keeps the Liberator alive.
Yeah, and it's full health. It's just and still there's nothing in the main to like spot it coming back. So like it's just gonna come back in unexpected moment potentially.
Yep, just like now.
There it goes. And that's a very good reaction. No damage taken at all.
Yo, you say no damage taken, I mean, that is a bit of lost mining time, you know, it takes a little bit to get the SCVs back in the gas, so it's something.
No injuries.
Yeah, no injuries, no work-related injuries. But jackiechan, once again, keeps the Liberator alive so he can dive back in. The biggest problem, though, is that slowly kaozfate has been working on his main army. He has 3 tanks, he has 2 Ravens. Ravens, of course, are so good when it comes to their energy-based abilities. They can throw down auto turrets, they can disable tanks as well. So jackiechan, like, he has to be careful. He needs a lot more than this to defend.
Oh, actually... No, okay, never mind. I was totally not confusing the areas. It's okay. Don't worry about it. But yeah, those are 2 Ravens, and there goes one of the tanks, and the other one is in the back, so it's not gonna get sniped yet. But these tanks will just start shelling on jackiechan's units.
Yep. Already 1 tank does go down. jackiechan has to kind of maneuver his army because he has 1 tank in his main that isn't really a part of anything, so he has to, you know, try and move it forward a little bit. He does have 2 tanks at his natural, and again, it is still difficult to push into tanks, but not when you have Ravens.
To be honest, I wouldn't move that tank because potentially there could be a drop, but that said, like, Geralt actually doesn't have medivacs.
Yeah, I was about to say that, like, that's something that jackiechan should be able to realize, is that he's the one with the medivacs, not his opponent. So a drop potential isn't there at all, and now he's lost another tank. He only has 1 left at his natural. He does bring his over from the main.
Yeah, who's gonna siege first?
Oh god, kaozfate Sieges first, and the boys are pulled off the line, but there's just not enough here for jackiechan.
Yeah, the one tank stands there. It cannot save everyone. And GG is called.
GG.
Look, this was not a 3-minute game.
Oh, it was 7 minutes.
Solid.
GG, well played. kaozfate, kind of as expected, he does move on to face Masters.
I mean, versus jackiechan, come on, it's not as expected. It's a very hard matchup.
Well, I mean, jackiechan, like, he's good at what he does. And he's a master, but now we have a Protoss master.
This true? That's true. I mean, that's not true. Yeah, I hear you, Steelmod. I hear Steelmod, like, Steelmod just woke up, like, in the Israel. He's like, that's not true, that's master. And, like, I can hear it from here, like, all the way. So, I'm just gonna say, I know. I know. Don't worry, Steel. You can go back to sleep. And with that, I'm gonna give it back to you. And Yaku. So, guys, enjoy the rest of the tournament. I will probably not do more group please today. I will say that right now. Dark King, I'm looking at you.
Dark King, please let Kuro sleep. She needs to rest because we have a tournament in 8 hours. She needs to get at least 7 hours sleep. Feels bad, man.
Anyways, bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
What a game.
What a game. It was a game of which we had.
Yeah. And as we were suspecting, and as I'm messaging the players, mate, we're going to get into a TVP.
We are going to get into a TVP coming up here. I was expecting a whole bracket full of ZVZ, but instead, we're just getting some of the other races down. A pretty good mix that we've had so far. Had some Zerg players, had ZVZ, had some PVZ.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, again, a lot of these other, like, Zerg players as well, they also made it through the qualifier yesterday, like Eggs, and Eric as well. So,
yeah,
and yeah. Well, I think another thing that changes things is that Jim Rising is also casting this. He's not playing, right? And Cham is already seeded in, so yeah.
It's only 2. Oh, of course, Solar was also seeded in.
Mm-hmm.
That's another Zerg player.
Accurate. Right, and what's exciting is that, you know, once we're done with this, Mood is already waiting in the next round.
It's all coming together. It's all progressing smoothly.
Exactly. We had all this downtime, but none of it. No more. We should be done with it. We should be finally getting ready to, you know, just go game after game after game. And we're going to be starting off with this TVP with Peru versus Brazil once again.
Wow. It's these two nations that really coming to compete. And speaking of these two, we're gonna have a pause.
He's like BRB, buy a break. It's like, mate, we just wait for like 10 minutes. God damn it.
Yeah, but you didn't need to go then.
I guess not. Oh god. Meanwhile, Sinner, he defeated New Era, and he's also waiting in the next round. So, yeah, things are really starting to come together. Again, there's a lot of anticipation for a player like Sinner. I think it was, didn't we cast a Sentimental Latino together like maybe 2 weeks ago? And Sinner won, right? Was that us? Or was that casting with Milk?
No, we casted El Condor.
There. we did.
Wait,
Go on.
And so yeah, players recast. We are spawning in now onto Lightshade LE. We're in the bottom right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. We have the orange Terran player coming down from Peru. He is going to be representing Insane Masses Killer, adding another one of them to his list, potentially. He is kaozfate.
Who is El Condor? I can't. Who was that?
El Condor.
Was that a Protoss?
No. It was Ryu.
Oh, it was Ryu! Oh, yeah, okay, I remember. Right, then spawning in the top left-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Brazilian Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing himself. He's teamless. He is Master.
I just realized Masters Killers instead of Master Killers.
It's Master Killers.
What?
There's no S. It's the,
what?
I can't zoom in. I can't zoom in anymore. But it's just.
No, there's an S there. I see it. I see the S.
There's no.
I see the S.
It's just.
I see the S. I see an S.
There is an S in Insane.
Yeah. That's what that's what I was going with.
Oh boy, and like this is probably our first like high level match that we're getting tonight. You know, that's what we're working towards as the brackets progress. We have Master versus kaozfate. Both of these players are, you know, at the top of their respective regions. Master, of course, he's one of the best Brazilian Protoss players. He is outshined a little bit by Nano. Nano is a little bit more accomplished, but Master is not too far behind.
Yeah, he definitely isn't. And then we, of course, have kaozfate, who I will consider to be the best Terra player in Peru.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely one of the very, very few who's playing in the top level in that country.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's, you know, we were kind of, you know, thinking about like, you know, who's better, like him or Shelby, but we saw that they did duke it out a couple of weeks ago in a tournament, and he was very dominant over the other Peruvian Terran player in Shelby. And yeah, kaozfate, he's been doing well in general. We'll be able to see how his TVP is looking here, because this adept is doing a surprising amount of damage.
That it is. The wall was not a wall earlier on. Oh, but not really target firing here. So the adept only gets away with 2 SCVs. They get a nice little bit of scouting going on. Did see the reactor and the 1-1. Other than that, not too much. Reaper trying to poke around a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
A nice look. Does see that the robo facility is on the way.
That he does. He also does see the Twilight Council as well, so he's aware of the opening of the more standard Twilight Council opening coming out from Master. No Stargate or anything crazy like that. And oh, I was wondering, because this is the second Widowmine, are we going to be able to see some Widowmine drops here?
It is definitely going to be that way. A medevac now coming down, and with that, I can only ask one question, like, where's the armory?
God damn it, Yaku. So far, there is no armory. We'll see if kaozfate is that kind of player, if he decides to sneak one in at some point. And yeah, at the moment, it looks like he is going to go for some drops. But that's also like the reason why Protoss players go for this Blink Stalker opening. It does help with the defense, right? Like having all those Stalkers defensively with Blink eventually to catch things like Banshees and Widowmines.
Absolutely, and it's not just useful for the defense. Once Master is able to clear out this opening coming out from Yerald, he will have the opportunity to go for a bit of counter harass himself, especially with that Warp Prism.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, he's just kind of waiting to deal with whatever kaozfate is going to be coming across the map with, and not even, he's actually already sending some Stalkers across the map, only 2 being left at home to defend.
Yeah, which I would consider to be just about the bare minimum. Sees the drop come down. I tell you what, Light, without an armory.
Oh god.
Let's not get too much done. God. Oh, it's just gonna be enough. Just enough. 12 probes go down. Immediate GG. kaozfate taking game number 1.
Wow, what a game number 1. What an explosive game number 1. Oh my god, kaozfate with the Widow Mind control. Sometimes that's all you need to take out one of the best in Brazil, and immediately, GG.
I'm so proud right now. Like,
I
am so proud. He unburrowed one of his Widow Minds. He didn't just leave that Widow Minder there. He unburrowed it to chase the probes. I always say, Terra players, try your luck, you know? Try doing that, because sometimes the Protoss player, after they pull, they think that that's the end. They don't realize until too late, just as Master showed us.
Oh my god, that's... Mate, I just... it's one of those things where you look at that and that's like so satisfying. It's like, look, that's how I wish all my games went, right? Like you go for your Widow Mind opening and like 17 probes went down.
Insta GG. Even as a Protoss player, you might wince a little bit and be like, ouch, but at the same time you'll be like, that's actually kind of awesome.
And, you know, part of that is a little bit on Master, where we were talking about how he left the bare minimum at home to defend. You know, if he wanted to play it a little bit safer, he could have left the rest of his Stalkers at home, and it would have been a little bit easier to deal with the Widow Minds. Maybe, you know, kill some of them before they borrowed, but, mate, there were only 2 Stalkers. Like, that was not enough.
Not enough at all. Actually, only 1 Stalker towards the end there as one of the Widow Minds hit. Take out one of those Stalkers. So again, there's just so much potential.
I'm watching the replay, yeah. I'm watching the replay on stream right now. Oh my god, the Widow Mind hits it again.
Just as the Widow Mind, just before it borrowed, I was like, oh, this is gonna be enough. Yeah, there's gonna be enough time. Like, unless Master in a split second just splits up every single one of his probes. Yeah, I love to see it.
Yeah, it's such a shame because he did split some of the probes off. Like, he sent the majority off back to mine, and he sent like 3 off to the side, hoping that they would be the ones to be targeted, but no, they were not. It was that large cluster that was targeted, and
yeah,
that was
to be fair, you can't really to be fair, I feel like I can't really blame Master there. I mean, he really didn't have a lot of room in his natural to sort of split up his probes there, or even to escape anywhere.
Yeah.
But my God, that was somebody send that clip to Milk. The man who taught me how to mind drop.
Yeah, it's all about those mind drops, and it's one of those things where, you know, sometimes you get games like that where you just get so much damage done. Other times it's like bare minimum 3 probes for 3 Widow Minds, scouting information, and that's kind of it, and then you just move on from there. But whenever one of those games like happens, like it's so good to see, you know, just like the perfect Widow Minds.
Absolutely. Widow Mind, I feel like when you go for a mind drop, well, I guess it is more costly when you go over to triple mind drop instead of say a double mind drop, but in general, a mind drop is not the most expensive opening for Terran. I mean, it still costs you quite a little bit, but the main goal of that is to get the scouting done, right? And I feel like it really takes a lot to completely deny that for the Terran player, but on the flip side, it's always the opportunity for a game like that to happen that completely just ends it. And speaking of ending it, here we have on Jagannatha LE in the top right-hand corner map, starting all the way to the top right-hand corner. The orange Terran player coming down from Peru. He is going to be representing Insane Master Killers. And he is insane, and he is a freaking mass murderer of probes. Anyway, he is kaozfate.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the Protoss player, the blue Protoss, hailing from the land of Brazil, currently teamless, currently getting killed before us. Can he bring it back after a crazy game 1, an unfortunate game 1? It is Master.
He's not gonna fall for the same thing twice.
I hope
as
not.
awesome as game 1 was, I feel like Master is gonna be a lot more prepared now.
It's one of those things where I wonder, like, is kaozfate going to go for the same opener, and is Master going to just, you know, play a little bit more defensive and keep his units at home a little bit longer, just, you know, just in case. Like, there are all these mind games that can come into play, right? Like, because of that, kaozfate might just play a little bit more greedy, you know, and get away with it, and Master could just be scared at home. And oh my god, what?
Go for the gas seal.
I've never seen a Terran do this in competitive play.
Yeah. Well, he's insane. Killer.
He's a madman. Right, so we're signing him to the CranKy Ducklings.
Yeah, for anybody wondering, that is just about the only entrance requirement. Some teams have an entrance exam. So do we. But that's all it is.
It's one question. Do you gas steal? Yes or no? That's what we base it on. And
well, not even do you gas steal. Rather, are you able to perform a gas steal?
Oh my god! Just kaozfate is just styling on Master right now, just delaying his gas because why not? You could argue that like it's an inefficient thing to do, mate. It's a power play coming out here. It's.
Exactly. Who needs efficiency when you can just when you have style?
Exactly. Oh my god, when you're insane, and we'll see what happens here. Oh, the factory was delayed a little bit.
Yeah, nice. Delayed a little bit, and more importantly, I would say Master also gets a scout that it is going to be a reactor factory, so knows there's going to be Hellions coming out. Knows that he needs to. He can't really just get away with leaving a couple of Stalkers back at home. He really needs to be more proactive. He does have a shield battery in the main, which I do like a lot. It takes, if I'm not wrong, 3 Hellions to start one-shotting probes. So yeah, this is going to provide quite a lot of buffer here for Geralt.
Yeah, it's interesting how early that shield battery was thrown down as well. So Master, we were talking about how like he may be looking to play this out a little bit more defensively, and so far he kind of is. I say that he did go for a Twilight Council opener, but
yeah, he's even getting defensive DTs.
Yeah. But can they catch up is the big question. All right, so we also have the robot on the way. So again, DTs could deal some damage, but I imagine kaozfate is going to get into the main with these Hellions, and he should be able to scout the Dark Shrine.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends a little bit on how Master decides to block the path of the Hellions and how he's sort of able to hurt them away, but yeah, it's very much in the open here. This Dark Shrine is already chipping away at the probe line. Gets some decent damage so far and getting quite a bit more.
Oh yeah, and there we go. The Dark Shrine is scouted. It is spotted. So Master doesn't just lose his workers, but he also loses the edge that he had with that hidden tech.
I tell you what, like 7 lost probes, 8 lost probes. It's less than 12.
It's less than 17.
That's the 17.
You know, oh my god.
Half as much.
It is, and oh my god. So again, kaozfate, he does scout the Dark Shrine, so these DTs, they shouldn't deal too much damage. I would hope to see, you know, the engineering bay is on the way, so we should see some missile turrets at some point, and I love this. He's still utilizing that proxy starport. A lot of Terran players, they just lift it up and bring it back home after the drop. Not kaozfate.
Yeah, kaozfate now fighting cloaked units with cloaked units. I'm a little surprised that he didn't go for a
Raven.
He didn't go for a Raven, yeah. But I suppose when your starport is that far ahead, you don't really want to send them away. Oh, the warp is right on top of the Marines here, and the tank will be just enough to start chasing away a couple of DTs. But that was already an expended scan, right? Geralt doesn't have too many more of them remaining, and I mean, just taking away a little bit of the Marines, that's not too bad. No, starting to switch into Archons, as he is going to be respecting Geralt quite a lot. To be saying, okay, kaozfate, he is someone who will have his detection ready.
Yeah.
So instead of a beefier unit.
You know who doesn't have the detection ready? What I was just checking. One observer is out on the map for Master, and it just died, so no observers so far. And you know what? kaozfate is waiting for 2 Banshees to slip into the main base. Cloak is already done, and Colossus is on the way. Like, there's no detection for Master.
None whatsoever. And remember, Colossus, that's only halfway done. It takes a while to finish up. Gerald is going to have a field day with the lack of detection here. 2 Banshees, just enough to start one-shotting these probes. Doesn't really have to worry about that shield battery. And now, he's going in.
Yeah, exactly. The Archons, they tried to slip into the natural, but they were unable to deal any significant damage. And here they go. The Banshees are in the main.
Getting so many probe kills. Gerald, he is just a mass stuff harass right now. Keep your opponent's economy low, and then you can go.
Exactly, like 12 workers have gone down. Finally, the observer does pop out, but 16.
Squat Sutseki. 16 probes have gone down in addition to the 8 earlier. And now looking at the worker count, Master, I would normally say that being behind 12 isn't too bad, but then I remembered that Gerald, he does not need to worry about scans anymore. He can start muling as much as he wants to.
Exactly, like he's already got, you know, the engineering bay done. He's got missile turrets down as well. I'm sure he doesn't have like the starport set up with the tech lab, so he can't get a Raven, but again, like he's well perfectly defended. He's still on 2 bases. The third is honestly quite delayed, which is the one thing going for Master. You know, Master is on 3 bases, so he will be able to replenish his lost workers, but again, that was a lot of damage done,
to say the least. I will say though that Master, especially on Jagannatha, I feel like Gerald is sort of building up for a push, and it really needs he really needs to be smart about this push. I feel if he just goes right into Master, I mean he's gonna have what, 2 Colossus by the time this hits. Some shield batteries out, and he's got some Archons as well. No Raven at the moment for Gerald, so yeah, not really gonna be able to go for any interference matrix or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's the scariest thing. No Raven, no tech lab on that starport. So because of that, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to deal with this Colossus. To be fair, at the moment, there isn't a lot to protect the Colossus at all. I was just checking. Charge has been finished for the Zealots, but again, there's just not that much buffer here. So there is definitely an opportunity for kaozfate with all these Marauders to really just get on top of the Colossus.
Yeah, Thermalant's still way far off, so Gerald is not at all in the position where he can start to just, you know, chip away and then kite back and chip away and kite back with the Colossus yet.
Yeah, definitely. And Mastery was trying to dive into the main base to try and deal some counter damage, but the Cyclone was in position, pushed the War Prism away, and sure, there are a couple of Zealots, but kaozfate, he doesn't turn around. He's undeterred.
Justice throws in the scan for good measure, and now he's going to be completely avoiding this army, trying to go for a bit of a surround here, fighting exactly where the shield batteries are not. But now Master looking to come in with this concave, half the army taken out already for Master.
Yeah, all the Stalkers go down, all the Zealots have gone down, to be fair at the cost of the tanks, but you know what, now the Colossus are exposed.
They are so badly exposed, and sure, the Marauders are a little bit distracted, and here comes a Warp of the Zealots. Gonna be chasing away the bio army, but I'm just looking at supply right now. Like, look at all the bio that's back at home for Gerald, and they are starting to make their way across the map.
Oh yeah, exactly. They have finally just cleaned up all the Zealots. I believe, if I quickly check the units lost, yes, the War Prism went down to these Vikings. The Vikings hunted it down. They were able to take it out, and now there's nothing really to stop Gerald, to stop kaozfate for going for round 2.
Like so. A couple of these Colossus did stay alive, and Master has been on top of remaking them, but none of Vikings are, and I don't see much anti-air here.
Yeah,
I know sentries are OP, but not when you only have 2 of them.
Yeah, I was about to say the exact same thing. It's like, mate, there's nothing that really shoots up. Like, the Vikings, they can just chip away at this Colossus all day, and oh boy, again, there's no Zealots either.
And now he's starting to split up his army, gets a really nice surround. GG is called. And with that, kaozfate is going to add another Master to his title, and we'll go up to face Mood. GG.
GG. Oh my god. kaozfate again with a dominant performance. Game 1 especially. Like, that was literally insane. In game 2 as well, there was just so much harassment. Those banshees dealt so much damage. The DTs of Master did absolutely nothing. And kaozfate really showing off in this matchup.
Absolutely. Just playing so solid. Reacting really well to whatever he scouted, and I mean, his pushes and attacks just went really well as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I have to wonder if Mood was watching, because he is going to be the next Protoss player up in the path of kaozfate.
You say, all right, I need to take the mind drop seriously.
Everything seriously. The mines, the banshees, the Hellion drop as well. I glossed over that, but the Hellions did a lot of damage. They scattered a lot as well. Like, kaozfate was just all over the place, and yeah, Master just couldn't stop it.
Not at all. And now going into another TVP here, but this time against a player who I would consider to be a lot more renowned within the region.
Oh yeah,
not
definitely.
Quite a Paco Mike, but up there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he himself has been climbing that ladder, climbing the rankings this year as well. I feel like this has been like his first real competitive year, and yeah, he's been doing really well, taking some names. He is a little bit more well known compared to Master. Again, like some of these Brazilian players like Master, Eric, and Nano, they rarely show themselves in the weekly events. They only really come out for these big events like DreamHack or like Taco Cup, right? Mood, his play is a little bit more exposed. Like, there's a lot more available out there for people to study, but at the same time, like, as you said, like, he's a little bit more solid, so we'll see if he's able to fight back against kaozfate, you know, maybe even take it to the ace match.
But I tell you what, like, this is the day of the Darkon and the kaozfate, the Chaos Emerald, if you will. It's the underdog day.
Exactly.
What I'm getting at.
Oh my god, like, exactly. Like, I was really surprised by Zion's yesterday, but here, like, coming into qualifier number 2, like, I already know kaozfate is a terrifying player, and he's been on the rise, and I want to see how far he can go here. You know, take out some of these more established players, make it to that qualifying match, because I know that he has it in him.
And now he just needs to put it outside of him and against his opponent. Meanwhile, we do have a couple of updates here. Sinner going to be the first player to make it to one of the qualifying matches. Is now waiting for the winner of Ducklings versus Tavo. That should be finished up pretty soon. So yeah, Sinner versus the winner of that. Pretty exciting.
Yeah, again, like, he's the big name up there. We were really expecting it. He was able to get through Bombilla, who is another Peruvian Terran player who's been around for quite some time, but he stood no chance against Sinner. He did get 2-0'd. And yeah, meanwhile, Shelby was able to take out his opponent and is currently facing AlisoN in another TVP, Peru versus Brazil.
AlisoN!
And honestly, I don't know who wins that series. They're both, like, pretty close in skill. Regardless, though, like, they've got to be terrified about kaozfate and Mood coming in from the lower half of the bracket.
Or maybe they're just Zen, you know?
Maybe. Well, that's not on the map pool anymore.
If only.
If only, but the players are asking for a little bit of a break, so, you know, we will give them that time to get set up and ready to go. And as they do that, yeah, I'm excited. You know, we've got plenty of Terran and Protoss, and you know what? You were talking about it earlier. Only one Zerg is left right now, and that is Ducklings. He's the lone Zerg left in the bracket.
Which, if you were looking at his bracket at the start of today, you would not have expected whatsoever. To be fair, there were a lot of ZVZs earlier on today, but yeah, I think even despite that, we had, you know, just players like kaozfate and like Sinner just really popping off.
Yeah. Exclamation mark Funada Vortex for the seeding and how all the Zergs end up facing each other.
Shaking my head.
All right, it looks like the players have returned. Mood is ready. kaozfate is ready. The casters are ready. And yeah, here we go.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. A fresh series. We're tied up 0-0 at the moment. And I'm really curious to see what Mood is going to do differently here compared to Master, because it did feel like Master, that entire series, he was kind of on the back foot. He was the one who was kind of the defensive player, and kaozfate was the aggressor.
Maybe seeing Mood take a little bit more of an active role. It's, I don't know, I guess it depends. I feel like if he was watching the previous game, he wouldn't, but we'll see. And speaking of watching the previous game, we have here in the top right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top right-hand corner, the player who we have been watching earlier on, the orange Terran player coming down from the land of Peru. He is an insane master killer. He proved in that previous series. Now he's going to look to do it again. We have kaozfate.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE, we have the Bolivian player, the best player in all of Bolivia, the pink Protoss representing Alpha X. It is Mood.
He vibing.
He be vibing. He be in the mood right now, in the mood for some PvT. And again, kaozfate, I feel like he's one of the scarier players here. I think I would go as far as to say both Sinner and kaozfate are the top like Terran players in the region outside of Special and Kellizer.
Yeah, but they're not really in the region at the moment.
That's true. That's very true.
So Sinner, all eyes on you, man.
Yeah, all eyes on you to really represent the Terran race in Latino America. And yeah, again, we were theorizing it earlier. You know, they could be the two to qualify here today in qualifier number 2 of Taco Cup. But first kaozfate has to make it through Mood.
He absolutely does, and I wonder how he's feeling about that. What's his emotions like? I couldn't really think of a good word for that. How he's sort of feeling, what vibes he's sort of getting.
What's his mood, if you will?
Up against mood. That's what I could have used.
Is that not what you were going for? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the ring.
There you go. Just like the ring. And I wonder what kaozfate is going to whip out here, because does he have something else planned for us? Like, we did see a proxied starport with a Hellion drop in game 2. In game 1 we saw a Widowmine drop, and I mean, you know, there are multiple ways to open up here in this matchup. Like, does he have something else in store for us? Already Mood is playing very differently to Master.
Yeah, speaking of multiple ways to open up in this match up, that is a fairly quick Stargate, especially for a PvT. It's still something that you do see every now and then in PvT, but yeah, I feel like the Twilight Council is still a lot more common.
Yeah, so there are a couple of ways to play this out, right? Like, we've seen some Protoss players like Stats, you know, go for 5 Phoenixes, you know, to begin with, to really gain map control and really shut down tank pushes and things of that nature. But there are other players who prioritize getting a couple of Oracles first to deal some damage.
Yeah, it really depends on what kind of player you are. Are you a bit more defensive, or are you looking to take an early game advantage? And so far, Mood gonna be more of a defensive player, starting with some Phoenixes out. Geralt did scout this, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, it's not like the deck is reliant on being a surprise. That's what I was trying to get at.
I'm really curious to see how the opener is going to change for kaozfate, because as you said, he scouted the opener, he saw that it was a Stargate. I don't know if he saw the Phoenix morphing, so he's really aware of what unit's going to come out first, but he's already preparing defensively. A Cyclone is on the way, he already has a Widowmine.
And now it's yeah, Gerald is really doing a good job of denying Moot the scout that he desperately wants to go for. Now that he has 2 Phoenixes out, he can afford to sort of dive in and take a little bit of damage and see what's going on, but not going to risk it, especially not with that Cyclone.
Yeah, like kaozfate is getting everything. Like he's got a Cyclone, he's got a Widowmine, he's got Marines, and he's also getting a Viking. Like he's heavily investing to make sure like these Phoenixes don't dive in and deal any damage whatsoever to his mineral line. And I mean, this is going to help so much when it comes to like protecting his tanks as well when he finally does move out.
Absolutely. That's why I think the Cyclone is such a good addition to add here when you're going to be offensive as a Terran player against this build. Just need some way of, you know, shutting down a Graviton from that one Phoenix coming out. And now Gerald going to be pressing the attack. Knows that Mood really doesn't have much back at home because he's invested so much into the Phoenixes this early into the game.
He really doesn't have anything at home, man. he has those Phoenixes out on the map, but what does he have at home? He's getting a 3rd base behind this. He has a robotics bay. Like he was so greedy. Like he teched up in terms of his army. He's expanding, and like he has no gateways to really get an army out. He has 1 gateway.
But if this pays off, Mood's going to be insanely far ahead, but it is not really going to be able to do that. Lifting up a Marine wherever he can, just because there's really not much else that Mood can really do. Trying to go for the tank, but the mine already there to protect it, and now it's just the Phoenixes left. And they can't do much. This Nexus is going to go down. That is a wasted 400 minerals.
Oh my god, the Nexus goes down. All those gateway units go down. Okay, he was able to buy enough time for a single Immortal to spawn. So he does have that. That's his entire ground army right now, plus all these Phoenixes. Is this going to be enough to really hold the line here at the natural?
Well, with the 2 shield batteries, he definitely has a chance. And I feel like Gerald, he's well aware of that. He's going to be able to take out that Immortal, especially with the Cyclone. That has got to hurt.
Oh my, and he was re-expanding over to the north as well. And you were right, like an Immortal with 2 shield batteries plus overcharge, he could have held, but again, he wasn't on hold position. It did wander a little bit too far. It did stray off course, and now the Immortal went down. And kaozfate, all right, he just takes his win and he backs off.
Yeah, really nice to see. Not going to be overstaying his welcome whatsoever. Especially the Colossus pumping out there now.
Yeah,
that was such a big waste of minerals there.
Exactly. Oh my god. It was, okay, to be fair, it was a cancel on that northern base. He even has a Widowmine here just in case whenever a probe comes back to throw down another Nexus. Because of the Phoenix count, like again, like these Phoenixes are, these Vikings aren't going to be able to do too much to the Colossus. But again, like kaozfate, he just needs to macro up a little bit more, get ready for the second push.
I feel like he is well aware of that. He is starting to get prepared. Stim is about a quarter of the ways done, and really he's just building up for a timing attack right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Especially with all these upgrades, right? 1-1, Stim, combat shields, it's all lined up beautifully, and as soon as it's about to be done, he's gonna go across the map, and we'll see if Mood is a little bit better prepared here.
Well, somewhat.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Colossus at least, right? He's gonna have 3. He's gonna have Thermal Lance.
Yeah, I really like that. Mood has not neglected that whatsoever. Because Colossus, they are really the backbone of the Protoss defense. When the Terran player goes for the sorts of builds, you absolutely need to buffer them, which is a little bit worrying right now for Mood. I only see a couple of Zealots, but you know, 3 Colossus, they can do a lot against an army that doesn't have that many Marauders.
Yeah, again, so greedy. Like, he's been neglecting his gateways in favor of... He went double forge. He's getting double upgrades right now. Only just now throwing down some extra gates. At the moment, only has 2 active gateways. And because of that, these are his reinforcements. These 2 High Templar.
That they are. Vikings chipping away at the Colossus. Phoenix is nowhere in position to defend against that. No shield batteries in sight, trying to bring the Colossus back, but immediately gets a concave on top of it.
Exactly.
And now he's trying to get something done with these Phoenixes, but oh, even the tank survives. GG is called. kaozfate going to be taking game number 1 after some very, very good reactive play.
Oh, GG. And I was about to say, like, yo, where are the Phoenixes? Where were they for that engagement? They were out in the center of the map. They came back home, but by the time they came back home, all the Colossus were dead.
I feel like it's one of those scenes where It's like in those movies where the person comes back too late and then the dying guy's like, "Where were you?"
Just like Dragon Ball Evolution.
Just like Shanghai Noon.
Oh yeah, that did happen in Shanghai Noon. And
the other one. Wait, hold on. Jackie Chan movies. Oh yeah, it was Shanghai Moon.
Noon.
Yeah, Noon. I was thinking inside of Shanghai Moon that did that. Oh, it's Rush Hour. I don't think it happened in Rush Hour.
Yeah, I don't think it happened in Rush Hour either. But yeah, just what a display there by kaozfate. Mood again. He was trying to be greedy, but I guess he didn't watch the previous series because again, kaozfate, he's more of the aggressive player, and that's kind of what we expect from him. So Mood was kind of caught with his pants down a little bit.
I'm nodding along in agreement here.
Yeah, like by the time the game ended, he only had 2 active gateways, man. Like he just couldn't reinforce. He didn't have a ground army. Like, ugh.
Shaking my head. Yeah, we are just about going to be getting ready here. It is going to be continuing on with this TVT, kaozfate versus Yakuzaku. Hope Yakuzaku loses and like fucking gets cheesed out.
Oh god. Speaking of, do you think kaozfate is one to cheese? Do you think he's feeling confident enough?
Not yet. I feel like kaozfate is the type of player who will sort of save his cheese for a specific map against a specific player. You know, he's not somebody who's averse to using cheese, but he would rather, you know, keep it as his like silver bullet, right? Because you're a player known for cheesing a lot, then your opponent's gonna scout you, right? You don't even necessarily have to be like a Haas level of cheese or a parting level of how often you cheese. Just as long as you're known to be able to have the capability to use cheese, right? You're gonna get scouted. So I feel kaozfate to me is more the player who he's more of like the stats kind of the stats kind of approach to that, you know. He has the capability of doing so, but the reputation is that sure he's aggressive, but he's not necessarily gonna like, you know, proxy you.
Yeah,
that was a lot of words that didn't mean much of anything.
I mean, I would have to agree when it comes to like, you know, kaozfate because he isn't known for like being a cheesy player, like being able to whip it out like in a best of 5 or something like that can really like go to your advantage. So yeah, we'll see if he does end up doing it at some point today. It's also possible that maybe he's not comfortable in cheesing in this matchup in TVP, maybe in some of the others.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen his CVZ yet.
Well, we're not going to see it today, mate. It's not going to happen.
You never know. Ducklings can make it all the way.
I mean, maybe.
kaozfate can make it all the way. Actually, I should refresh the bracket because I think we should be seeing a couple of updates. Just can refresh. No, Ducklings versus Tavo still going on. Shelby versus AlisoN as well.
Yeah, they are still progressing. I'm just messaging our admin Vortex, and I'm asking him whether both semis will be casted or, you know, if they're going to go at the same time. I know yesterday both semis were casted. The players were kind enough to hold their matches for us, but we'll see how things go here in qualifier number 2. It's kind of up to Jim.
And it is.
Yeah, so we'll see what he decides, but yeah, I guess I'll just update Vortex in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just update Vortex in what we're in, just in case, just so you can relay that to Jim as well, since we are getting close to the point where both semis should be getting ready around the same time. We're just shy of it, so yeah, we'll see what gets decided.
as we're not quite into the decider match yet.
Yep. Not quite yet, but here we go. The players have returned. They're both ready. And mate, like, it's just been the story of kaozfate dominating at the moment. I don't think he's really dropped a single map today. But Mood, hopefully he switches things up. Hopefully he throws down more gateways. and yeah, we'll see if he can bring it back here in game 2.
Indeed, we will. This is his last shot to qualify. This is not, or to, yeah, well, yeah. His last shot does not want to throw it away. And speaking of not throwing it away, here we have, in the top left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top left-hand corner, the orange Terran player coming down from Peru. He is going to be representing the insane Masters killer, but now potentially a mood killer. He is kaozfate.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Protoss player, the red Protoss. Oh, he's red, he's not pink. Oh god, no. Representing Team Alpha X and hailing from the land of Bolivia, it is Mood. Yo, do you think he's angry?
That's what it is. When he said he picks blue.
Exactly. Yes. His color dictates what mood he is in, and right now he is bright hot red, mate.
He's just like an emotion ring.
Oh boy. All right, we'll see what he's got in store for us, mate. I want to see some Blink Stalker aggression. If we see a Stargate, I want to see some oracles. Oh boy. If. Oh, whoa,
really good body block coming in here. And I mean, I guess Mood could try to drill out, but yeah, not quite worth it there. SCV really asserting its dominance.
My mouth is wide open. What? Wow. All right, kaozfate already with first blood here in game number 2. Jesus. And Mood, yo, if he wasn't red before, he's red now.
Bright hot red.
I just
color blood, trying to I don't know, I'm just trying to figure out how Mood progresses from here.
yeah, I mean, it's not the biggest of deals, but again, you know, kind of one of those like dominating moves from kaozfate, able to trap and kill the first worker. I mean, oh my god, another probe going down as well,
and getting even more workers. Yeah, geez, where is the adept?
Oh god, it was in the natural, just completely. Yeah. Oh god, the adept is even getting juked as well. He's diving back in for that worker.
And he does. Already 3 probes have been taken out. This is not a wall. Will the Reaper make it out? It looks like the Reaper will, in fact, make it out. Actually, no, an adept is about to pop out there. Even more workers go down, Light.
Are we gonna see another GG? I mean, you can see just... Oh god, he's falling apart. 3 probes have gone down, and you know what? Oh, the adept escapes. Oh no!
No, it doesn't. The Reaper goes back into its... Oh, man.
Too greedy. Oh,
I thought that was it. I was about to pull up the button, but no, it is just going to be a quick little pause here for kaozfate. Just to soak it in even more for Mood.
Oh god. Yeah, I wonder if that pause has to do with that miss micro there with the Reaper. Like maybe it's a little like something like, I don't know, maybe he accidentally clicked out of his monitor for a moment or something like that. Out of his screen, I should say.
Yeah. Maybe some weird mouse issues where the cursor was not at all where it was meant to be, or it was moved to.
Yeah, hopefully he can get that sorted out. But yeah, already a nice start from kaozfate. Again, you know, just a bunch of workers being killed. We didn't really get to take note of it, but we do have a Stargate opener once again coming out from Mood.
Yeah, and again, going in with the Phoenixes this time, so not going to be too aggressive coming out once again. I mean, it is light shade, so maybe he's just thinking, okay, maybe if I go defensive, but go even more defensive.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's also possible that like this may just be Mood's go-to in this matchup. Like, you know, this is how I always open up, you know, going for the Stargate, going for the Phoenixes. I just hope he is a little bit less greedy, you know, just taking up as much as he had in game 1, you know, getting as many bases as he had. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
And I am seeing. I can't quite believe.
Yeah, and you know what Mood is also seeing, as he is going all around the map, scouting to make sure there is no proxy starport out there.
Yeah, he knows what kind of plays Geralt can go for. He just wants to make sure that he doesn't. Really quick raise on those Epos.
Oh god, the Widowmine!
Oh, the Widowmine! Did get spotted. So Phoenix moves away from that. And alright, it's interesting that kaozfate decided to go for this this mind drop once again. He did see the Stargate earlier on.
Again, I feel like a really bold move coming out here from kaozfate. You know, it's a little bit risky going, like, sending a medevac across the map when there are Phoenixes, you know, all over the place, crawling all over Lightshade.
But he just wants to really be sure of what he's looking at. The armory is going down! That's what I like to see.
Oh boy, so these Widowmines are going to be invisible. kaozfate has to be careful with where he goes with them, though. He doesn't want to run into any Phoenixes.
Yeah, now that he confirms where the Phoenix location is at, he is starting to just go the opposite direction. He managed to completely evade them, but every time he gets closer to enemy lines, I mean, this is now spotted by the Adept. And the Phoenix has come in!
Oh, he does boost, and it looks like he will be able to borrow one Widowmine.
But one Widowmine is not going to be enough to even take out a single Phoenix here. Maybe if 2 of those borrowed, that would have been a different story, but yeah, it's not meant to be. And that Mind Drop completely shut down. There's the duality of going for a Mind Drop.
Yeah, definitely. And Mood, like, he's doing so much better here in game 2. I mean, he did lose a couple of workers in the beginning, but being able to shut down that Widowmine drop. Oh my god, even going to be able to shut down the Liberator.
Like so! That was pretty good targeting, but not going to be enough to take out the Phoenixes. Liberator anti-air, not quite enough to clean out those weakened ones.
Yeah, not quite enough. And we do see that third is coming down from Mood. And again, this time he's free to do so. Like, he has that freedom because he was able to shut down the aggression of kaozfate already. And now kaozfate, like, his push is going to be a little bit later. Mood is going to be in a much better position to hold here.
As I just look at the Phoenix count right now on the unit tab, just to run a quick little couple of calculations in my head. None of them are right, but I like calculating.
Yeah, we've got 4 Phoenixes. Meanwhile, we have the Robotic Spay on the way as well, so AoE is going to be starting up for Mood. You know, he is establishing his third base. He actually has a decent amount of gateways up as well. 3 gateways, a couple more being thrown down. So this time, Mood, he's been able to wake up again. The red hotness of his Mood is really showing here. He's taking this a lot more seriously.
That he is a lot more carefully as well. Oh, I spoke too soon. 1 Phoenix going to go down to this, but I do like that Mood is just doing whatever he can to try to slow down the push here of Geralt. Not going to be losing the same thing twice. He's buying himself a lot more time to get his production up, to get those defenses up and running.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on what his defenses are looking like, because, you know, that timing is going to hit just like the previous game. We have 1-1 on the way, all the upgrades, combat shield, stim, and once that is done, Geralt is going to be moving across the map. It's going to be all about how much Mood has to defend, because, ooh, charge is only just starting up.
Indeed, it is not too many gateways either. Once again, going for that double forge. But we'll see if this pays off for him. You know, Light Shade, it is quite a longer map. So by the time Geralt comes in and hits, I mean, I feel like Mood may be able to get just enough into just enough of his army into the correct positions.
Yeah, we do see that. You know, a scan does go down. kaozfate confirms the army. Oh my god, he's pulling the boys, and I'm pretty sure Mood spotted the boys being pulled.
Might have,
did he?
Now... Yeah, Mood trying to meet this army halfway in the middle, trying to find this wide open area, which I don't really think is the best way to play this out as a Protoss player. He really wants to make use of those choke points with those Colossus. Like so. Thermal Lance not quite done yet. So this is the golden window right now for Yeralt to really hit.
Yeah, and I do like that. I think I like that he pulled the boys because, again, like, he realized that, like, his pushes earlier didn't deal any damage. The Phoenixes were killing SCVs as well. Like, he is all in. He has to end the game here and now.
And he is absolutely trying to. Really good target firing coming down here from Mood. Not wasting any of those Colossus volleys on the SCVs. But now the buffer has gone down for Mood. Colossus were very exposed. Going back to shield battery range. But you know what, Yeralt? He knows that he is well in range to start picking off a couple of these, even to powers the Robo.
Oh my god, but you know what? The tanks are CC'd. He's trying to deal with those Phoenixes, but he has the majority of his Marines dead. He has the majority of the Stalkers alive, and it looks like he is able to keep his tanks well alive, but he just can't deal with the Colossus.
Yeah, not quite yet. A couple more Zealots coming down, and they're absolutely going to be, should just about be enough here for Mood to hold. He pounces on top of the Colossus, and he is going to be able to take all of them out. So bulky coming out here from Yeralt, and the tanks are still alive. Has Yeralt just about done it? Mood, he's still got quite a bit of an economy with it for him, and he does have the defender's advantage, getting a couple more Zealots out, and I feel like that should be enough here, but he's kiting so well. Yeralt is kiting so well.
Exactly. I'm just so surprised the entire time these tanks have been able to stay alive, despite the fact that for the majority of the time they've been CC'd, it didn't even matter. There weren't enough Phoenixes to finish them off, and you know what? No more Colossus. The Robo was sniped earlier. The Cybernetics Core was sniped earlier. It's only Zealots.
It is only Zealots now, but again, look at the kiting coming out right now for Yeralt. Funnily enough, I feel like that Phoenix lifting up the tank actually saved it, because it could have got surrounded by those Zealots. Look at the army supply difference. Sure, a lot of it is in medevacs, but GG is called. GG is called. kaozfate. He must have been the Chaos Emerald. That's what Yeralt is actually short for. So decisive towards the end there.
Yeah, GG. Chaos 2-0'd Mood, and will advance on to the qualifying match. My god, I was not expecting that. I thought Mood had held. Honestly, I thought Mood was good. Like, he killed all the SCVs, like, he was holding against the Marines as well. He was CCing the tanks. He had all three of his Colossus alive, and then you know what? The reinforcements came from across the map. The Marauders came, and like, it was like the cavalry arrived, and then like, he just stimmed on top of all the Colossus and killed everything.
That is Mood.
That's chaos, man.
That's fate.
That is fate. Oh my god, stream is just catching up now. All three Colossus just died, and that was insane. GG, kaozfate. Oh my god, so decisive. As you said, pulling all those boys, knowing that he had to end it then and there, and that's exactly what he did. He was able to take the 2-0. Still hasn't lost the map yet.
Yeah, he calls himself Chaos, but I feel like that was a very structured method. He had a very structured method there. That's what I was gonna go for. And we do have both of our qualifying matches up and running right now. We do have in the top side of the bracket, Tavo going up against Sinner in a PPT, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's sorry. It is a TVP, as all the Zerg players have been taken out. And we still need to determine whether we are casting these semis at the same time or not.
Are Sin and Tavo in game or in lobby?
In lobby. They just invited me to their lobby.
Well, they really need a way of determining that.
We do. Yeah, it's a bug. Unfortunately, it's a bug in StarCraft. Sometimes it tells you that it's in lobby, sometimes not.
I feel like most of the time it doesn't tell you that they're in lobby.
Yeah.
This is where you find out that it's actually not a bug and it's actually one of those features, because it's like, yeah, actually, if you're not in the what's it called? If you're not in the friends list, then it just says that you're in game for an anonymity. Mm-hmm. Wait, how are we still in the party with?
We are. We should have left, to be honest.
Huh. Oh, we're gonna get kicked anyway.
Yeah,
it's fine.
As we are getting set up for our first semifinals. Yeah,
TVT. Not what we were expecting. We're not going to be casting a PvP at all today.
Not at all.
The curse has been lifted. But before I speak a little bit too soon, we are now here on Romanticide LE for the first time tonight. LE, of course, standing for Lovers Elongation. Lovers Elongation. That's when they stretch. In the top left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top left-hand corner map, we have the purple Terran player coming down all the way from Peru. Peru? Yep. Peru! He is going to be representing clan Nuevo Angeles. He is Tavo.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide LE, it is the returning Mexican player representing Alpha X. There's been a lot of hype surrounding him. We are finally going to be able to catch one of his series. It is Sinner.
Isn't Tavo a species of tapioca?
It's maybe, possibly. I don't. Yeah, I don't know if tavo is in reference to that. But yeah, I was not expecting Tavo to make it as far as he has. It's really impressive. Once again representing Peru, but now he's going up against one of the strongest Terrans here in the region, and oh boy, we have quite a TVT before us.
Indeed, we do. I'm not really sure what I'm expecting coming out from Tavo, but Sinner, I vaguely remember him being as more of a very much a biotank sort of player. Correct me if my impression is wrong.
He reminds me a little bit of Azure, where Sinner's the player who can do both. If he in the TVT, right, if he wants to, he can go buy a tank. Otherwise, he can just mech it up.
But if not.
Yeah, so we'll see what he prefers. And when it comes to Tavo, like you, I think this is the first time we're casting him on the CranKy Ducklings.
Oh, that might be it. So definitely our eyes are gonna be a lot more on our purple Terran player. So he gets done.
Exactly. Also, Funada Tavo, because he should be signing up for more weeklies. It'd be nice to see a little bit more of him, like especially in things like last speed events as well, as we do see a bit of a difference. Sinner opening up with double Reapers.
Yeah, going reacted Reaper ? Yeah, reacted Reapers. There's only one. This is only a 1/1 so far. And also not quite trusting his opponent, actually getting his supply depot in his natural base.
Yeah. Okay.
A little bit of scouting going on there.
Interesting placement there. Whether it's to scout, for something like a Liberator or something along those lines. But
again, I feel like we put it there. It's already too late by the time you see it.
Right, like it should be like over here, right? Like just as a spotter.
Okay, I guess he's just trying to get some supply out. Because again, he is going for reactive Reapers. He wants to pump them out one after another. Making sure that he doesn't get supply blocked. And yeah, he doesn't really have to worry about getting another depot for a while.
This is going to get really scary, especially because he's going to want to dive on top of that Cyclone and take it out as fast as possible.
Yeah, but already we see some pretty good position coming out here with that Cyclone. It is pretty far back, but it did lock onto a Hellion that just kited all way away.
You know what?
Pretty scary.
Yeah, exactly. For the most part, the Reapers were able to just barely stay alive. We have more reinforcing Reapers. The majority of the army has been taken out from Tavo. He has a single Marine and a single Cyclone.
And that's a lot of Reapers coming out. All of them getting right on top of that Cyclone. Takes it out. Second Cyclone did come in, and it is fresh. It is looking to lock on. The Reaper count thinned out a little bit here for Sinner, but he still has control of this lower low ground area.
Yeah, exactly. And so far, 4 SCVs have gone down. There is no mining whatsoever at the Natural of Tavo. Meanwhile, Sinner, he is macroing on up, making more and more SCVs, making use of his own Natural.
Indeed, he is continuing to pump out those SCVs, continuing to just get ahead economically. He's going to be going to the mid-game with quite a bit to look forward to.
Yeah, definitely, and this is pretty interesting. So Sinner, he isn't really committing to deal too much more. Oh my god, do you think he's gonna dive? Okay, I was like, yo, if he dives on top of the tank, but
considered it for a second.
Yeah,
try not to.
And I mean, potentially he would have been able to snipe it. He would have lost like most likely all of the Reapers in the process, though, and he really does want to keep that map control.
Absolutely. So I was just, you know, chucking around, making sure that he doesn't lose his Hellion, sending them a little bit back, and now jumping right on top into the main base where there's nothing.
Wow.
Tavo pulling in a bit of Singapore there, putting all of his units forward, not defending against where Sinner actually went to.
Yeah, exactly.
Really scouting. And even gets a couple of SCVs.
Yeah, 3 more SCVs go down. He's able to get a nice scout. Oh my god, he's actually looking to dive once again.
Yeah, slight miscalculation on that KD8 charge, but now we're going to be able to clean up some of these weakened SCVs. This is Sinner really showing us that he is worthy of his reputation, that he is that Azure of Land America, if you will.
Yeah, exactly.
By that I mean the 3rd best.
Like the 2nd best in Mexico, you know, 2nd to special. 3rd best in Latin America, though. But you know, he is.
Killers, but we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, F's in the chat for Azure and Sinner. Oh god, they both have like some tough competition in terms of other Terran players in their respective regions. But you know what, Sinner, he is pushing across the map, getting ready with his tanks, with his Marines, and Tavo, he does have a pretty good defensive position, but he did invest in that faster 3rd CC. He doesn't. Oh my god, half his army is in the main.
Half his army is just. Oh, this is Sinner really playing such a good mind game on top of Tavo.
Oh, yo, he's going for the drop.
Oh god, you're going for the drop. I'm not sure if he should really do this. Okay, backs away once he sees the tanks.
Ooh, okay, things would have been really dicey there.
Yeah, they were going really dicey, and Sinner was about to die, son.
Exactly, and he does spot that there is only 1 tank. Like, this tank is so vulnerable right now. Like, if he wanted to, he could just stim on forward and dive in, but instead does decide to slowly go for the siege option, you know, in range of the CC.
Yeah, playing a lot more patient right now. I think Sinner does realize that he doesn't have that much bio. I mean, so he doesn't want to, you know, risk too much by sending all of them into tank range, but now he's jumping right on top of it, snipes the Raven. And now there's no anti-air. There is no anti-air, so he goes right for this drop. Not quite able to take out the tank, but this other tank, well within the range.
That was some nice play there. It looks like he will just barely pick up the remaining tank. Will be able to boost out of there. Meanwhile, at the same time, there is a drop into the main base, and another tank is exposed.
So exposed. Really good juggling on that other tank, and this is insane coming out from Sinner right now. I do not see how Tavo Well, I mean, I can see how he deflects this, but I don't see how he gets a hit.
Oh my god.
Get even in terms of the economy after this.
Exactly. Oh, so many SCVs went down there. Tavo down to 26 SCVs compared to the 53 of Sinner. And Sinner, he's got his third base on location. Tavo still hasn't gone for that expand. And I don't know if you noticed it, but I love to see it every single time. Yo, Sinner and his drop micro. Like, it looks so good, so slick.
So slick. He's like a Protoss player with Medivacs.
Exactly, like, you know, like those moments when he was outside the natural and he like picked up the Marines to dive on top of the tank, or like the drop micro with the tank itself in the main. Like, he just whips it out whenever he can. And we do see, like, I don't want to say a base trade, but like, you know, we do have a drop coming in here from Tavo. Meanwhile, the majority of the army of Sin there is across the map, so there is an opportunity here for Tavo.
Yeah, a bit of a counter, a drop coming down. And this is quite a lot of bio for not much in this base. To be fair, Tavo a little bit preoccupied back at home, and that does give Sinner enough time to group up his reinforcements and try to go for something here. The Liberators, hello? Okay, Liberator's not quite, not going to be used offensively.
Yeah, there we go.
Now
Yeah, they are being forced to siege up at home and try and defend. Meanwhile, the Liberators, they do put into question, like, the Viking count of Tavo. It just isn't there. So if they do manage to get across the map, they're going to do so well against the defensive siege tanks of Tavo.
Yeah, and they're looking to go across the map with Sinner up about 30 army supply of Tavo, and with that, he has enough to spare to go for this push, as well as have enough back at home to defend against this drop coming down from Tavo. Liberators are out, and with that, I fear that may be the beginning of the end.
Yeah, the tanks siege up, the Liberator's gonna siege up. Oh, one of them gets a little bit too close and does go down to the Marines, but this one perfectly situated to snipe that tank.
Indeed, it is. And I mean, even though that Liberator went down, it did bait enough of the Marines into tank range. And now, let's look at the Marine count of Tavo versus Sinner. Tavo trying to come in here for a flank.
Well, we'll see how it works, though, because again, this position...
Attack body blocking! Attack body blocking against the Marines! Oh, Tavo may have had just enough to go for a surround here, but they were too blocked in. And now, Sinner, he has just got so much army on top of his opponent.
The Yaku curse, you hate to see it. Like, the tank was too thick. It just wasn't allowing everyone down to the natural to defend, and that may have cost Tavo the game.
Well, I don't think that alone was what cost him the game, but yeah, that was what cost him his last final chances.
Oh god, it definitely has. And now Sinner, he is in the main. He's already sieged up. You know, it may be enough here to defend for Tavo, but again, he's lost so much. He's still down less than half of the worker count of Sinner. And now Sinner, he doesn't need any of this at home. Like, he has so much army that it was keeping just in case there was a counterattack, and now it's all going to be rushing across the map.
Regroup and finally stick the stake in the coffin.
Is he a vampire? Yeah?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, he's looking to sin all over Tavo, and Tavo, like, sure, he has a decent tank spread, but what he's missing is like a buffer to protect those tanks.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a couple of Marines, but one, they are nowhere near enough supply, but two, they are also not quite in position. And now Sinner coming in with his massive orange blob. Not even the tanks are going to be able to help out here against this amount of Marines.
Yeah, the tanks, they try to siege forward. The Marines come down from the main, but there's just so much here from Sinner. All the tanks go down, the boys are being pulled.
Yeah, honestly, he does have a pretty good split here on the bio, but again, that's not going to cut it here against what Sinner has got. GG is called. Sinner going to be taking game number 1, getting one step closer to qualifying for the Tahoe Cup.
Exactly. As a reminder, these semifinals, they are the qualifying matches. You know, they just have to make it to the finals to qualify for Tahoe Cup number 6. And oh, what a TVT. What a display of skill from I almost said Seether, from Sinner.
I mean, close enough? Question mark?
Close enough. And I mean, Sinner, he's really here to prove himself. So I don't know if you're aware of this, but Sinner did take a break after DreamHack Winter.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, and he came back for Sentimental Latino, I want to say last week. And he's like, yeah, like I've only been playing a couple of days. I've been playing mainly 2v2s nowadays. And he was even playing in some 2v2 tournaments. And we're like, oh, okay, you know, but like do your best. Like it's really great to see you again. Like it's been a long time. And he just blazed his way through, and he won the entire tournament. He won Sentimental Latino. Not Sentimental Latino. He won Copa Hyperion. And he's the first Terran player to have won a Copa Hyperion. Like it's been nothing but Zergs since then. And yeah, like he just came back and he was able to dominate the Zerg Lord. He was able to really prove himself, and now he's back again here in Taco Cup.
He pulled a hut.
He did.
Alrighty.
And I did get confirmation that currently AlisoN and kaozfate are duking it out at the same time.
Hey! So we'll not quite be able to cover that. Well, maybe we'll be able to cover that qualifier, see how that goes. But at least we'll be able to cover the finals, the money finals, if you will.
Yeah, that's what we'll be able to cover. Of course, as a reminder, exclamation mark, we haven't been able to mention that at all. Exclamation mark Maturino in the chat, and you'll be linked to the Maturino page for this qualifier. Things are a little bit different. The main event has a Maturino page, and each of the qualifiers have their own Maturino page as well. And as Yaku just said, top two players, both of the finalists, will be able to walk away from this qualifier, not just qualifying for the event, but also with a bit of prize money.
Always a good, always a nice little bit of motivator there. I mean, we don't have a raffle, so I have to find some way, right?
Exactly.
As we get ready here in game number 2. Oh boy. Can only imagine how this is going to go down.
Yeah, as I quickly try and set up the flags. Oh, just barely. Alright, here we go. We'll be able to see if Sinner can continue his reign of dominance, or if Tavo can bring it back.
Yeah, if he can be just like the... I'm trying to think of a good way to go about tapioca. I can only think of boba right now.
I thought you were going to not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna go into, because I mentioned Rain.
Oh, Rain? Yeah, Rain. He's you know, shall we talk? I mean, I'm not sure why we're talking about Rain right now. It's a TVT, but yeah, you know, Rain. I mean, you could kind of say that he's a little bit Terran-like in some of the ways he plays. In the top right-hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the top right-hand corner of the map, we are on Oxide LE. We need to breathe, or at least I do. In the top right-hand corner of the map, we have the purple Terran player coming down all the way from the land of Peru. He is representing Clan Nuevo Angeles. He is Tavo.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the Mexican Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Alpha X, currently up 1-0 in this best of 3 qualifying match. Can he close it out? It is Sinner.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy, and yeah, we'll see if Tavo is able to switch things up, if he's able to tighten up his defenses, because Sinner, he was incredibly aggressive in the previous game, and yeah, Tavo really struggled to keep up with that.
Yeah, I'm really wondering how Tavo sort of decides to switch things up here. Will he just be more defensive? Is he gonna try to go for some kind of Reaper Hellion himself to take map control? Who really knows? I feel like Sinner, he just did a really good job of finding these one bits of area that, you know, Tavo was kind of neglecting, and then going full force into it.
How do you preferably like go into a TVT, Yaku?
The coffee build.
I was about to say, is it the Chinese build?
Yeah, that's the build I'm most comfortable with. You know what? Yeah, Tavo, he should do the coffee build. He should do coffee's build, the Chinese build, the foolish Li Peinan build, if you will.
Yeah, and what does that entail exactly? 4
Reapers, 4 Hellions.
Ooh.
Kill everything.
Kill as much as you can. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I guess some players, they prefer to play or open up a little bit more defensive, but like it does like give you more options, and we do already see Sinner. He is active here on the map with his 2 Reapers and his 1 Hellion, and he already splits up the army of Tavo.
Yeah, just like that. So gonna be a lot harder for Tavo to come in here for his defense. Hellions really thrive when they're able to get that splash damage, but Sinner making it a lot harder on him. Very nice splits here with his Reaper Hellion, already getting a delay here on that natural base.
Yeah,
and it doesn't get cleaned out. So Tavo already, I feel like he's already getting more value, or losing less value here than the previous game.
Oh yeah, last time things really kind of snowballed a little bit and a lot more damage was done. It took him a lot longer to really clean up at his natural, so Sinner was able to deal some damage and nowhere near as much as the previous game, and Sinner was waiting for this with a couple of SCVs as well to tank.
And already chasing that away, taking out the Hellion, and I feel like the Hellion is really the moneymaker when it comes to going for this harass. I mean, the Reapers, they're the cleanup crew, and they're what you want in case your opponent has a Cyclone or whatever. But against the SCVs, it's all about the Hellions.
Exactly, it's all about the Hellions, and you know what? Now the Hellions are diving into the mineral line once again. The Marines are on the way. The Cyclone just finished popping out.
Yeah, and I feel like the Cyclone should just about be enough, especially with these Marines. Not enough Reapers here to really contest that, but already 3 more SCVs going down here for Tavo. Was it worth it for Sinner? It's not Tavo. He's making his way across the map with that Cyclone.
He is making his way across the map. What's important to note is it wasn't just 3 SCVs. It was 3 SCVs and a mule as well. And, ooh, the Cyclone looking to already catch a Hellion, a stray Hellion out in the center of the map, but it does manage to somehow escape. And now finally Tavo is going to be here looking to try and deal some damage of his own.
Yeah, already a much cleaner game coming out from Tavo.
Oh. Yeah, much cleaner. He's able to keep so far his Reapers alive, getting to get a couple of SCV kills here. Meanwhile, the Cyclone was able to catch another Hellion. It is quite low though due to that missile turret. Auto turret even.
Yeah, auto missile turret, and in the end, Tavo manages to sneak ahead in the SCV count.
Oh yeah, nicely done. You know, despite all those losses earlier on, he was able to equalize for the most part. But oh, this time, all right, he does scan. He does spot the 3rd CC coming down for Tavo, but Sinners is a lot earlier, especially compared to game 1.
Much earlier. Sinner, I feel like we're going into a much more standard, game here, more patient.
Yeah, definitely. But we do see, like, one of the reasons why Tavo's 3rd was a little bit later is that he is focusing on this attack, on this push. Already has 2 Ravens out and 2 tanks. And yeah, he could be looking to try and deal some damage across the map with this.
Yeah, Tavo is just what he needs right now to really take out what Sinner has got. The Vikings are on the way, but they're still a ways off. Not quite going to be able to deal with those 2 Ravens. Sinner does have 2 Ravens of his own, but he doesn't have as much energy as he would perhaps like. It's going to come down to who disable whom's Ravens first, I feel.
Oh yeah, and what's important is that Sinner did send out a couple of spotted Marines, so he did spot the move out of Tavo. He knows the army is out there, and he's getting ready to engage.
Come on, Sinner, go for the disable! Goes for the auto turrets instead. Both players go for auto turrets. But Tavo, with the Vikings, will be able to clean out the Ravens here of Sinner. is going to be much harder for Tavo. Actually, 69, what I just said. Center of the Vikings taking out the Ravens for Tavo, and it's going to be a lot harder for Tavo to start to push in.
I like how the term you used was 69, what I just said. God damn it, Yaku. But yes, Sinner was able to hold. He was able to hold quite nicely, take out the Ravens of Tavo, force them back, but to be fair, Tavo was able to reinforce with his Vikings, and he is still containing Sinner.
Yeah, by quite a bit. This third base trying to land, but even this Marine maybe preventing that from happening. I really like what Sinner just did here, sending out the Varix to take some damage on the Cyclone. No, Vikings as well as the Cyclone. And just moves in, trying to get some incremental damage on the Vikings of Tavo.
Oh yeah, but Tavo is continuing to reinforce, meeting up with 2 more tanks, but is now rotating over to where the third base location is, being forced to siege, getting caught on sieged.
He is getting caught on siege, and one of these tanks already starting to go down. The Vikings land, and they will be able to clear out the tank. Sinner completely breaking out from his contain.
Oh my god, every single tank of Tavo does go down, and with this Sinner, he does have the breathing room to finally expand, take his third base, and I could potentially just push across the map and punish the third of Tavo.
Yeah, I'm looking at the army count right now, but to be fair, Sinner has a bit of a more immobile army. He is going for mech, which I mean, we did say that Sinner, he's a lot more versatile as a Terran player.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's the kind of player he is, and you could argue that maybe he's investing too much into these Vikings. He's actually still producing more Vikings. Jesus Christ. To be fair, as we saw, like, he is the kind of player who is kind of aware and knows when to land them and utilize them in a ground army. And oh my god, he sneaks in with the Hellions.
Yeah, Blue Flame not quite done yet, but still going to be enough Hellions here to start one-shotting these SCVs right as they get to the line. Oh, Tavo, you're trying to fight with them, and I don't blame you, but you did have to sacrifice 5 of them. Sinner pulling far ahead in the worker count.
Oh yeah, definitely. He is, as he's ahead almost 10 workers. Meanwhile, oh my, he's not stopping Viking production. Oh my god.
Well, they do say that the Terran player who wins the air battle is going to win the ground battle. Sinner taking that to another level, putting in a second starport. He's going to go into his Viking Liberator much sooner than Sinner will.
It's one of those things where, like, you don't see it too often, but landed Vikings don't do too badly against, like, even Marines, you know? Like, I guess...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you can't get... If the Marines aren't, you know, stemmed, if they're not in that ball and all firing at once, Vikings can hold their own.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So, like, we may see an engagement. Sinner, he obviously, like, should win the air battle, and then once that's done, he's just gonna land his Vikings and try and deal with the rest of the bio. And yeah, Sinner, he does scan the main army. He's aware of the size of it, should be feeling a little bit more confident. I'm looking at his own composition, but instead, he, you know, we do see he is going for that 4th base.
Just getting it ready. Floating it over. Is it floating it over? Floating it over.
There we go. It is being floated over. He did prioritize taking his gases as well, as he's already long distance mining. He's already got some sensor towers to protect his bases. Oh my god, even missile turrets as well. Really meching it up, making it happen. And we could end up in a situation where Sinner doesn't want to move out until he's maxed out.
Yeah, which to be fair shouldn't be too much longer. I say as the supply is looking at 150.
Yep, and I'm just really surprised by the composition that Sinner's going for. He's even incorporating Thors, not opting for that like Ferrari mech style, like no like Cyclone Hellion, instead tank Hellion Thor. All right,
a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised with the Thor pick. I feel like Sarah kind of knows that he took the lead on the Viking count, but then
he's
again,
like, Sinner's like, do I have enough anti-air? Let me just make some Thors.
Sure. I think maybe he's trying to make more Hellions when he accidentally pressed T.
It's possible. It's possible that oh god,
it's Yaku cursed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit too thick. Forced to kill an add-on disrupts the production a little bit. But you know, Sinner, he does manage to eke out his Thor. We'll see if he continues to. Yeah, no, yeah, it's intentional. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah, more Thors are coming out. So Sinner, he really wants that air advantage, and he should get it. Again, like if Tavo bunches up his Vikings, like those Thors are gonna make quick work of them.
They absolutely will, and I mean Thor's so too bad against stuff like tanks or tanks.
Or tanks.
Yeah. They also survived quite a couple of marine volleys, now that I think about it.
Yeah, they're quite beefy boys. They're just a little bit immobile, which is a bit of the hard thing about them. But to be fair, like the entire mech army of Sinnoh is immobile, so it's I guess it's fine. How they complement each other. Meanwhile, we do have a bit of a drop coming out here from Tavo, and there is this area of the map that isn't covered by the sensor tower, but it is covered by these missile turrets.
Yeah, already gone out. One medevac will already go down, and potentially another. Only 2 Marines pop out from that drop, and Sinner, he is just making sure that his defenses are airtight.
No pun intended there. Meanwhile, we do have quite a large bio army coming in here from the right-hand side, but he just goes face first into all these siege tanks. The majority goes down. There's only Marauders, and they don't shoot up.
No, they do not. And with that, the push has been completely deflected here for Tavo. Sinner is maxed out. I'm not sure what the rally with that was, but dang. Evaporated.
Yeah, such an unfortunate rally right through the liberator zones. Everything was taken out there. The entire army of Tavo just evaporated. And what did he get? He got like 2 tanks for that. Barely anything. And here we go. Sinner, he's maxed out. Mate, he's looking to just roll across the map, and the majority that's left is just Vikings. Like, there aren't any tanks left either.
This is where the Thor comes in handy.
Oh yeah.
Especially single target damage. Alright. Really good anti-armor missile coming out here.
Yeah.
And with the anti-armor missile, you have to ask, does Sinner need the Thors?
No, he doesn't. But you know what? He's styling right now. The Thors are here. A couple of stray Vikings being picked out. Finally, a tank has joined the fray. 1 tank left for Tavo. But oh my god, there are just so many here for Sinner. And Tavo, he's gonna need a miracle here to try and survive.
He really will.
Well, maybe he can sneak around and land on top of some of these tanks.
Maybe, but the spread is looking pretty good right now on these tanks. I feel like Tavo needs to not just land the Vikings, but do something on top of that. Is getting quite a good flank. Oh, so completely surrounds the tanks with the Marauders as well. That was something that Tavo needed in addition to landing the Vikings.
Yeah, and Sinner, he missed out on that. Like, he didn't realize he was being bamboozled, and he did not land his own Vikings to protect his tanks, and now Tavo, he has taken control of the ground.
Absolutely has. He's given up the control of the air, but I mean, what is Sinner gonna land to?
Exactly, because if he lands, like, there are so many Marauders here. Marauders, they're kind of ideal against Vikings. We'll see if it's enough, because we do have the Vikings landing for Sinner.
Just like so. Not a lot of anti-air, so the Liberators are having a lot of options right now. And that's 12 more SUVs singing out here for Sinner. Tavo still pretty far behind in terms of the supply, but that was pretty good. Tavo should have been dead, but he bought himself just another fighting chance.
Yeah, honestly, like, Tavo did the best he could in a bad situation, right? He was able to kill all the tanks somehow. He relinquished control of the skies. Maybe it's just like racing across the map to deal some damage wasn't the best idea, but at the same time, like, he had to make something happen, right?
He really did. And something did happen. He's alive.
Yeah, he be breathing here on Oxide, and to be fair, like, he's got a decent amount of CCs, but again, just lacking in that army, and oh my god, now he's being harassed, losing some more of that economy, and Sinner, he's ready for round 2.
Yeah, getting ready to pounce.
Oh, and this time Tavo's on with the Thors.
He does have the Thors, and that's going to help a lot against the Liberators. Good spread here on the Marauders. A couple of them do manage to seek in, but there's just so many C-Shop tanks. Liberators taking care of the Thors in the back. But if I can count, it has been completely reset right now.
For both players. the Viking can't. Yeah, there are just no Vikings whatsoever, and it looks like Tavo has been able to hold on, but now there are Liberators all over the place on all of the bases. Just 21 SCVs going down. You do not want to be an SCV on Tavo's army, and now, like, sure, he's gonna be able to deal with this, but like, what does he really have? He has 2 Thors, a couple of bio units.
That's enough, right?
Sinner, he's being a little bit BM, and he's actually going to be able to take this base before Tavo can.
Come on, it's a race. Come on, red base. Come on, red base. Oh, lands it right outside.
Wow.
Such a BM move.
They're both going to... Oh,
that was going to land it faster. Oh, but the SCV's fighting for time. And Sinner lands it thanks to the SCVs.
Wow. Do you think that was intentional from Sinner? Like, oh my god, and even the missile turrets are going to be able to take out the floating CC. Jesus Christ. Tavo is trying his best. He's landing his Marines on top of the tanks. The tanks are going to be cleaned up. At the same time, though, Sinner, he is going to be able to take his beefy mech army over on the right-hand side of the map with Thors, with tanks.
With Vikings looking to just end this game outright. Sinner. He wants to qualify, man.
He does, and he's looking to qualify. All the buildings are being lifted up and floated from Tavo. Tavo is going across the map. He wants that base trade. It's really his only chance at winning this game.
Indeed it is, but it's not looking likely that he wins it, forcing everything into a choke point here. To be fair, it's only 1 tank, but the Thors are going to be enough to chase them away.
Yeah, they are. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Sinner is slowly encroaching on that main base of Tavo. There just isn't enough here to stop him. So Sinner is going to break into the main Tavo. He's struggling to break into the third.
Yeah, all of the bio just about wiped out here. So many SCVs going down. Sad face. God, GG. And with that, Sinner is going to be our first player to qualify tonight for the Taco Cup number 6. I like how Jim Rising invited a lot of Terran players just to have some kind of balance, but now we actually have a Terran player qualifying.
Exactly. GG. And Tavo, the Peruvian war cry, are the last things that escape his mouth as he does get taken out. Gah. But you know what? Like, even though he does fall, there is another Peruvian player in that lower qualifying match as well.
Exactly. He goes by Blesser.
the anti-Sinner, if you will. As, yeah, kaozfate as well as AlisoN are currently... Oh, no, they are out of game. And
we need to see this. We need to see the score.
Yeah. Boy, we will find out as they've been out of game for a while. I don't know if they're getting ready to resume their series or if it has ended.
Might have been waiting. Who knows? Who really knows?
You know what, mate? I don't... Oh. AlisoN is in the lobby right now.
But who's he with?
All right, we're mid-series.
1-1, I'm going to assume. Yes? No?
It's just... Hey, we all be assuming right now, all right? We got no idea. As we are currently inviting every... Oh, yo, unless AlisoN... Did AlisoN beat Chaos? Oh, whoa. What's going on?
You might see Sinner get invited pretty soon. Well, actually, no, because they wouldn't have done their vetoes.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, 0-0, actually. What?
Beautiful, nice. Oh my god! Shout out to the players for waiting for the casters to start their series.
Huh.
Yeah, I was not expecting, like, they didn't need to. Like, Vortex was even saying, like, I mean, they can start, they don't have to wait. But nah, they wanted to be on that big stage. They wanted to be streamed.
Yeah, this is the second qualifying match, so I do want everyone to know who qualifies and how.
I'm just going to be setting up, as once again it's kind of the tale of the entire tournament, mate. Brazil versus Peru. We're back.
This is just like the World Cup.
All right, and we are just going to be getting ready. As a reminder, even though there is a finals match after this, all matches, including the finals, are best of 3s.
Surprisingly, but hey, you know, I ain't complaining.
Yeah. I was saying that more for your sanity as well, like letting you know, like it's not like we got like a best of 7 or anything ahead of us, like, or a best of 5. It's all
what
good.
If it was?
Are you gonna suggest that? You gonna throw that out there?
Yeah. No, I don't think we're survive.
It's all good. It's all good. All right, we're just letting them know that we are ready. And mates, we've been following kaozfate a lot today. You know, he took out Master. He took out. I was about to say he took out Bolivia. He took out all of Bolivia as well. Now AlisoN is going to be standing in his way, in his sights. Another Protoss player. Does AlisoN know what he's getting into?
Well, he knows he's going up against kaozfate.
So does he know? Does he know how much chaos is involved here? Does he know his fate?
Or does he not know that there is method
to the madness?
No, it's not really madness. It's more of a method to the killer.
No, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Alright, this is it. This is the final qualifying match. The winner of this will be seeded into Taco Cup number 6 tomorrow. And, mate, this is what it all comes down to.
This is gonna be it as we load into Pillars of Gold. LE holding up everything else here in the bottom left-hand corner map, swinging all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. The red Protoss player coming down all the way from Brazil. He is going to be representing Team The Bad. We have not Alan, but Alan's son.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE, we have the Peruvian Terran player, the Orange Terran, representing Team Insane Master Killers, arguably the best player in all of Peru. It is kaozfate.
Yes, like cats.
Look, Cats is maybe the best caster from Peru. All right.
Yes, second light.
Oh god, feels bad, man. Feels bad. But long gone are the days of Cats competing. He's been trying to play Protoss. I don't know if you saw, but recently he's been playing a lot of Terran.
Recently I've just been seeing him playing a lot of Hearthstone.
He does that as well.
Yeah, but I don't really miss Cats as a player. What I do miss Cats as is a coach.
Oh my god.
Immediately scouting here on the proxy shield battery. Stargate coming out here from AlisoN. Very vigilant here from Yerald.
So I love this from AlisoN, right? We haven't seen an ultra aggressive Protoss style against kaozfate, so we'll see how he's been able to respond. But the problem is that it was immediately scouted. And
immediately.
Yo, kaozfate wants that probe. He doesn't care about the proxy at all. He wants that probe to stop more shield batteries from going down.
Because that is really what's going to be concerned, as well as another pylon being thrown down right now. Just trying to waste as much energy as he can on that shield battery, trying to take out the probe, but it ain't happening. Gerald, kaozfate, he's really gonna have to come up with a contingency here. Even throws on the cheese sprite.
Oh my god, the BM or alright, here we go. So AlisoN, we see more and more shield batteries being thrown down, and this is something that really became popular at the start of the patch, at the start of the new season, when the Void Rays got buffed. And you know, there was a time where a lot of Terran players were struggling. That was until Uthermal came out with that guide.
Even with that guide, it was a very specific set of plans, set of steps.
Exactly, yeah, because, you know, before this, there were a couple of different ways to... Oh my god, an armory?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you want to get that, Actually, why do you want the armory?
That's what I mean. There's for what? There's no Widow Mines on the way. There's no Hellions for Hellbats. I'm kind of confused by the decision here. Do you need the armory for Magfield accelerators?
No, you don't.
Oh, then yeah.
But you do need it to cloak your Widow Mines. And what's interesting to me is that AlisoN actually going away from the shield batteries here, trying to fight in the ramp, even going for a... That's why you got the armory light.
Oh my god, I love it. I haven't seen this as a response, but the proxy factory, you know what? There's no wall. Yo,
There
this could be it.
No walls.
No detection.
Where's the detection coming out right here?
The only detection would be if AlisoN stops like Tempest production and makes an Oracle to go across the map. Oh, there we go. Forge.
We'll be able to get a cannon out. Where's that mine?
It's like hidden somewhere. It didn't die, did it? It did. The first one died. Yeah.
First one died. Oh, I immediately got surrounded with the probes. Nicely done there by AlisoN.
Oh god.
But this mine is going to get quite a bit of damage done. 9 SCVs already going down. That's a bit of a double-edged sword. When you do go for your static defense like that, it forces your probes to bunch up quite a bit.
Yeah, exactly. So you know what? kaozfate is going to be able to deal a lot of damage across the map and really stifle the economy of AlisoN. But the real question is, like, does he have enough at home to defend against these Tempests and these Void Rays? I mean, Void Rays, these shield batteries.
Yeah, we'll have to look out for that. 2 Cyclones are out, but now just waiting for AlisoN to get into a favorable position. Slowly chipping away at the SCVs.
Oh, that he is. And you know what? The cannon is on the way, but again, a couple more probes are going down. We'll see if another Widow Mine shot is able to go off. Oh, the Void Ray even took a shot as well to the face. Meanwhile, the Cyclone count is getting slowly higher and higher, and Magfield Accelerators is on the way.
Yeah, just about going to be finishing up here. The mine didn't get too much damage there. Oh, not quite going to be able to take it out.
He targeted.
He did target it down, just enough to take out the Void Ray.
Oh, and now he can borrow just outside the cannon range. Oh god. Oh god.
Oh, the mine will go down. But the second mine is about to rearm. And again, this is just outside of cannon range, within detection for the second cannon, but just outside the range.
Oof, yeah, exactly. The Tempests are forced back. The Cyclone cannon is getting slowly larger and larger. Another shot is going to go off.
3 more probes, just like that. Look at the worker disparity right now. Geralt with twice the amount. So AlisoN really cannot keep up this harass for too much longer. He can get one more Tempest out, but that's pretty much going to be it.
Yeah. It's like the lack of gas that's being mined here is so important for kaozfate that he's been able to deny that. Oh, he does miss rally and does lose one of his Widow Mines, but again, like, it's really hurting the income and really hurting the amount of Tempest that can come out. One gets sniped. Just
like so, even with all the shield batteries out, and at a cost of only 1 Cyclone.
I'm just really in love with this response from kaozfate. I haven't seen someone do this as a response to being proxy stargated, you know, to get that like factory across the map and get the armory and deal this much damage to the economy of AlisoN.
Yeah, I figure that may have to do with how much they're able to scout, but yeah, I do agree with you there. Geralt slowly building up the army count. AlisoN, yeah, getting another Tempest out. But here comes the flank with all the Cyclones, taking out the shield batteries, and Tempest, they have a long range, but they are quite slow. Cyclone's easily able to evade that.
Exactly. 2 shield batteries are thrown down, only 2 remaining. And I mean, sure, the Tempest count is getting a little bit higher, but you know what? There isn't another in production. Again, like barely any gas being mined here from AlisoN. The Widow Mine harass just is not stopping.
Yeah, that one Widow Mine is doing so much to actually stifle the production of workers here, or probes here for AlisoN. Every time he makes more to mine, he needs to keep it off of that area. Not enough Tempest right now to start one-shotting these Cyclones, but the lock-on with the Maglev. These Tempests are far, far away from shield battery range. This is just enough to clean this out.
Yeah, and with that 3 Tempests go down, only 1 Tempest remains. And 1 Tempest is not enough, mate. There are Marines, there are Cyclones, there are even SCVs here to repair the Cyclones so they manage to stay alive.
GG is called, and kaozfate, he is not just that hyper-aggressive player coming out at every angle against a Protoss player. He can defend solidly as well. He is Shadow the Hedgehog in that one Sonic game. No, he is Sonic the Hedgehog in that one Sonic game.
Oh my god, every single time I've watched kaozfate, like, I'm more and more impressed. Like, I love the way that he's playing this out. I can't wait for next year, because kaozfate, he really shot up in skill, maybe starting like 2 months ago. It was around DreamHack Winter qualifiers. Like, he was looking on fire in those qualifiers, and he had a really close series against Eggs. And of course Eggs wasn't able to take him out, but Eggs, he's one of the best Zergs in the region. And maybe kaozfate is a little bit weaker in that matchup, but at least here in TVP, mate, there's no Protoss that can stop him.
None whatsoever. I'm looking at the Protoss players who have already qualified. Scions? I mean, okay, maybe. Paco Mike, if he comes in with something that can like really blindside him. Mana?
Nah, mate.
I actually don't remember. I actually don't really know what Mana's form is looking like recently. Nina? I mean, she's been really good throughout the year, but I feel like lately Neeb has finally come back.
Yeah, I think that's what I want to see, right? Like, at least against all these Latin American Protosses, like, kaozfate is just shooting forward. Like, he needs a challenge, you know? He needs someone from outside the region, or one of the stronger ones that qualified yesterday, you know? He needs a Paco Mike. He needs a Nina or a Mana to really put his TVP to the test.
He needs a Mauer.
Duh.
I was gonna go for he needs a shield, but no, I feel like that's
that's too much. That's too much.
That's a little too much for now.
Oh god. That's like that's like doing something crazy, like inviting Clem to this event.
Yeah, I mean, why would you do that? It's not like Clem won the last one.
God damn it, Jim.
I feel like Jim had Clem in mind a long time ago. Like, he was thinking of putting up Taco Cup 6 like for a while now. Mm-hmm. And because Clem was always like somebody who he generally invited, he thought, yeah, let's get him in, get another Terran player, but didn't realize how far ahead Clem was going to shoot up.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I'm pretty sure that Clem being invited has to do with the fact that he was there for Taco Cup 5, and that was in a time when Clem was still, you know, in that hyperbolic time chamber, you know, training up.
Yeah. He was in stasis, and that's why he didn't look too impressive. But now he's out of stasis, and now he's young, where everyone else is old. And speaking of young, we are now here on Jagannatha LE. We're in the top right-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top right-hand corner. The red Protoss player, he's seeing red. just like his scythe, representing Clan The Bad. He is coming down from Peru. Everybody give it up for not Barry Allen, but Allen's son.
Brazil.
Coming down from Brazil.
There we go. Yes, and speaking of Peru, here in the bottom left-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the Peruvian and Terran player, the Orange Terran, the best Terran in all of Peru, maybe even the best player we have representing Insane Master Killers. It is kaozfate. Yo, we got a cheeky probe.
Yeah, once again, AlisoN going for something a little bit more cheeky, as you say. Then you realize that I'm not sure if he really necessarily favors his chances against kaozfate in the macro game. So I do like that he's pulling these off. But the thing is, the part of the reason why Geralt was so good at defending last game was because he scouted it. So now AlisoN saying, what if I just be a little bit more sneaky? What if I just be a little bit more cunning?
Yeah, but you know what? kaozfate is on top of it. kaozfate has such a big brain. He went for an SCV scout. As soon as he saw that there was only one pylon in the main base, he immediately started the bunker at home. So he's already on the defensive, and right now he's out here. He's looking for that proxy. He hasn't been able to find it yet, but you know what? The Reaper.
Oh, he's the Reaper! And he will confirm that it's a robo coming out. Geralt just so diligent with the scouting.
I'm in awe right now. Both games, he goes for the SCV scout. He realizes that there is a proxy out on the map. He's been able to find it both games, but this time it is a different kind of proxy. It is an immortal that is going to be on the way for AlisoN.
Yeah, and this is the one unit that from Protoss that isn't really afraid of a bunker.
Oh yeah. In fact, they favor the bunker. They want you to throw down a bunker because it's not going to last at all against that immortal. And oh my god, kaozfate already getting a reinforcement point, getting a bunker here even further back just to make sure he has a place to fall back to once that immortal does show up.
Yeah, Scout's the immortal now. Isn't really aware of the warp prism, but I feel like he does have an inkling that it's got to come his way. As he asked, yeah, he's in a pretty good position. I mean, doesn't really have much in the more western part of his base, but just about covering what he needs to. All of his production.
Yeah, definitely. And here we have already the immortal, a handful of gateway units. So far, there are just Marines on a bunker for defense. I love how he is working on that Viking to make sure he's able to neutralize that warp prism.
And now the tank here, just to really give him some range defense. This is so solid.
Oh yeah, and at the same time, there is a Reaper that is going across the map. Okay, there is a shield battery and there is a Stalker, so AlisoN is looking to be fine defensive at home, and AlisoN finds a way into the main.
Yeah, sneaking his way up and top, but there is a tank out, and sure, the Immortal is going to do so well against the tank as evidenced. But now that the Viking is out, this is going to be a much harder harass here for AlisoN to pull off.
Wow.
It does keep the Immortal alive, but at what cost? Now he's going to have to really retreat.
Exactly. He keeps the Immortal alive, but at the cost of the Warp Prism. The Warp Prism was immediately focused down by kaozfate, who was able to reinforce and get out another tank, and now he's once again looking solid here in his main, and AlisoN realizes this, so looking to transition.
Yeah, already throws down the natural base, and Geralt still does not have that yet.
Oh, but you know what he does have?
Did you set a natural base?
He did. He.
Okay. Now he's aware.
Yeah. So he is aware that AlisoN is going for the expansion. So now, what is kaozfate going to do? He could go for a big, one base, almost all in. He could try and just expand off of this, but his natural will be later than his opponent.
It very much will, which is why he is now moving across the map, just trying to get some kind of equalizing damage done. He's pulling a couple of boys. I wonder if we'll see some bunkers being thrown down. Armies are going to miss one another.
Oh my god, the SCVs are
looking... Oh, but the SCVs will spot it!
Okay, all right. What does kaozfate do? He turns around.
Turns around. Does not favor his defensive back at home, but does favor his chances against his army. 2 immortals though, and there are quite a lot of armored units here, but the starter stepping has been very nicely done here. So far from Gerald. Landed Vikings means that there's not too much anti-air, but now Gerald taking the initiative.
Yeah, and oh my god, that was so close from AlisoN. AlisoN almost lost both immortals there. If it wasn't for that War Prism arriving just in time, they would have both been gone. They would have both gone down, but was able to save at least 1 immortal. And now, will the War Prism Micro be enough to keep these army units alive? It's hard to say because there are 2 Vikings and there's only 1 Stalker for anti-air.
Exactly, it is harder to micro the War Prism when you do have the Vikings out. And now, yeah, trying to drop right on top of the tanks, but a little bit of miscalculation. That Immortal eating so many bullets.
Oh my god, yeah, it's in the red, it's almost dead, and the Vikings don't even need to get off the ground. They are here to deal even more damage.
Gerald gonna end the game here?
He could. I mean, there's a Liberator in the main as well. There's 0 income for AlisoN.
None whatsoever. Every single probe pulled off. But Gerald not going to be going into the main. Just going to be regrouping with the rest of his army. Shutting down this proxy. And yeah, I thought he could end the game. But yeah, no, Gerald just giving us a little bit, being a little gracious here.
Yeah.
Allowing his opponent a chance to breathe.
Honestly, it's possible that he could have ended it then and there, but you know what? It would have been close. Instead, he's looking to reinforce with the rest of his army and then go in for that killing blow. Again, what is there here for AlisoN? Just gateway units, no Robo anymore. Working on a Templar Archive, so I guess wants to try and get some Archons out. But again, like kaozfate, he just, you know, once he regroups, like he could just go across the map. Instead, AlisoN's coming to him.
Oh, I do not think that's a good idea at all. All of these tanks already in siege mode.
Oh boy.
And now that bunker. That bunker's looking mighty. Well, it's looking mighty.
it's looking mighty indeed. All right, the Templar Archives did just finish up in time, so we do have a couple of Archons warping in looking to tank, and here we go, Zealots, Archons, and a single Immortal.
Making their way
downtown.
That again.
All right, well, you know what?
Right on top of the tanks, but the bio is very, very well protected. The War Prism actually taken out there. And with that, GG is called. Gerald did not even need to stem that game. When I woke up this morning, Light, at 6 a.m., I did not think the 2 qualifying players were going to be Terran players.
Right? I didn't either. Like, I was looking forward to kaozfate like signing up and competing. I was not expecting Sinner. Again, Sinner has been playing a lot of 2v2s. He's been very inconsistent when it comes to showing up for events. We saw the Zerglord sign up. I was like, yo, the Zerglord, he's gonna breeze his way through this, or at least make it to the qualifying match. Nah, man, we had a couple of upsets, and we had the run of a lifetime here for players like kaozfate. He didn't have an easy run. He went through a lot of solid Protosses here in the Latin American scene, and he just blazed through every single one.
Not a single one of them could even take a game off of him. kaozfate, I want to see him up against Paco Mike next.
Right? That's exactly what I want as well. Oh, God.
And with that, we are going to go into our grand finals for this qualifier. Again, both players have already qualified, but yeah, this is to see who gets the Matcherino money, or what the proportion, who gets more Matcherino money than the other, I should say.
Exactly. It's all about the prize money at this point. Congratulations to kaozfate and Sinner, our 2 Latin American Terran players, for qualifying for Taco Cup number 6. But now these 2 players, neither of them have dropped a single map today, and that's all gonna end here in the finals.
Mate,
all right, I gotta ask you a question as the resident Terran. Who's gonna take this? Bear in mind, it's a best of 3. It's a best of 3.
It's best of 3. I feel like Sinner has some unholy magic.
He is an unholy man, if you will. I agree. I think that's the thing. From what I remember in the TVT, as you can imagine, kaozfate, he's not one to whip out the mech. He's more of a biotank player. And Sinner does have more experience. He is the older pro gamer. He's been around for many more years than kaozfate. So I want to give him the edge, but at the same time, kaozfate, you know, he's like the young up-and-coming talent. And he has a lot of potential. He's really fast. He's got high APM. He's dropping all over the place. There's like he could you know, cause an upset here and you know, come out first.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely possible. And if kaozfate were to take the series, I would not be too surprised. But I think I do have to give it to Sinner in the end. As you said, he's more experienced. He's a lot more versatile, and I feel like he's just a lot more comfortable with... I feel like he's a lot more comfortable when it comes to switching up his styles. I mean, Gerald, he did show off some very good defensive and aggressive TVP, but when it comes to TVT, I feel like Sinner has a lot more up his sleeve.
Yeah, it's one of those things where in a TVT, it isn't necessarily the aggressive player who has an advantage, right? Sometimes you need to take things a little bit slower. It's all about
that's what Milk taught me.
yeah, that's the thing, right? Like in a TVT, you know, the more patient player, the more defensive, like maneuverable player with the better positioning usually comes out on top. So it's going to be a little bit difficult for kaozfate to really break that from Sinner, and I mean, we'll see if he's going to be able to.
I guess it also depends on what style of TVT or what what style and what composition both players go for. I mean, TVT, it's still gonna... Most of it does still revolve around the tanks, whether you play Bio or whether you play Mech. It's still gonna revolve around tanks and Vikings, but... I mean, there's some compositions where you can afford to not be as patient.
Yeah.
Like, say, Marauders.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing that comes into play when it comes to TVT, right? Like, very often, sometimes it can come down to, you know, an aggressive player going for like a big doom drop into the main base and just, you know, taking control of the production and just ending the game, right? Like, it's, you know, it can end in one of two ways. You know, it's either the slow, like, positioning style, or you just, you know, you're out of position for just one moment, the doom drop happens, and GG.
GG.
Alright, as Sinner and Chaos are currently doing their vetoes, they're currently picking their maps, and yeah, I guess I'm curious to see how this is going to unfold. So, you know, we did say that, you know, Sinner, he's considered to be like, you know, maybe a bit more of a favorite, but when it comes to like their styles of play, like, have you at all been inspired here? Like, it's a bit of a treat for you that we've had so much Terran on screen, you know, as a Terran player yourself.
I don't get to cast a lot of that race.
Yeah, it's true. It's sadly true. Like for GPO, it's only Azure, and for like the ESL Asia Cups, it's like Beyond and Dream.
Signs up.
Yeah, sometimes they Beyond and Dream, and other than that, like that's it. Like Cure every couple of months. Bunny has been on hiatus a little bit. Like, yeah. So that's what I mean. Like, how does it, like, what are you getting out of this? Like, are you feeling inspired with your own play? Are you just like enjoying the show?
I'm enjoying the TVPs. I came to the TVT we had earlier, Sinner versus not AlisoN, the other one, Tavo. Yeah, a little bit. Like how I gotta be honest, a little bit more from the Tavo side, despite him losing. Was got a little bit of some positional tips from him in that game on Oxide. You know, how he should get us around on your opponent and whatnot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, especially when you're going for that like heavier, like Marauder style, like the decision making to just, you know, realize the position you're in and like land all your Vikings as well, just to reinforce that ground army so you can take out all those tanks.
Yeah, time it right with the Marauders coming in. Yeah, that's what I'll try to do. I've been actually yeah, no, I came back in the StarCraft ladder a couple of days ago after my not when my whatchamacallit, not when my course ended, but like when my course basically ended, when I got all my work done. And I started off playing as random, got a Protoss game that I lost, got a couple of Zerg games that I lost more than I won. But when I finally played Terran, I only played TVZ and TVP. So yeah, I don't know about TVT.
Yeah. I guess it's one of those things where, like, if you're a Terran player and maybe you're looking for some inspiration in TVP, we've had plenty of it today, and we're gonna have some more TVT as well. And honestly, it's been great. Like for me, like I just love. I was really impressed by kaozfate's response to the proxy, right? Like he's like, oh, like he's proxying Stargate. Okay. One, he tried to snipe that probe, right, to stop more buildings going down, which was really smart. It didn't work in the end. And after that, he's like, okay, I'm going to go for an armory and proxy a factory across the map because I know his detection is limited. Like that's such a smart way to think in like such an intense situation.
See, that's where I'm going wrong.
Yeah, like I'm not a Terran, and I'm not in that situation, but it's something that I would love to like try out. It was really cool to see.
Yeah, next time you get cannon rushed, let's go across the map with a borrowed roach.
Yeah, sure.
I don't think that.
It probably wouldn't work. But other than that, like, you know, the aggressive style that kaozfate was showing as well, like the constant Wintermine drops, the Hellion drops as well. It's always really cool to see a Terran player that is very micro intensive. That's why, like, for whatever reason in my mind, I look at kaozfate and I think of Time or Beyond, just like, you know, a younger version in Latin America.
I feel like it's the journey to the west, right? You start with Bjorn, and then Bjorn, he passes on his micro to Time, and then Time, he passes it on to Clem, and then Clem passes it on now to kaozfate. I'm trying to think if there are any like really micro intensive Terran players in between France and China. Because like Kiro Marine is not really a micro player.
Yeah.
He prefers, he's more of a like strategic and macro kind of guy. Thermal is more of a build kind of guy.
Yeah, when I think of macro and not in Korea, in Europe, sorry, micro. Yeah, it's hard to say. Maybe. Is Marine Lord still playing? I know he came back a couple of months ago.
He's still playing, but I'm not sure how. I'm not sure like how committed he is. I'm not sure if he's a full-time pro or semi-pro. Because that does actually happen a lot, especially in the foreign scene. You get a lot of players who will compete and they play at a really high level, but they also do something else to sort of sustain themselves.
Yeah, definitely. And I know Marine Lord has been working on that. But, you know, his return did come with some success. I remember him, you know, being pretty competitive with some of the other foreigners.
He came in like 4th place, if I'm not wrong, in the most recent DreamHack EU. Or was it wait. I remember he qualified for DreamHack because he came in like 4th place or something.
He did. I remember he was in the group stage.
Yeah. I don't remember that was winter or autumn. Or I'm sorry, fall. Which, I mean, I kind of like fall better than autumn. I don't know why I say autumn. But I mean, look, they're both pretty good. Fall, look, if I'm like running low on time, I say fall. I'm like, what? But if I want to be like, you know, if I want to, you know, see if I need more like use in my life, I say autumn. Depends on my mood, who unfortunately has been eliminated.
Ah. And I was checking, and Marine Lord did make top 4 in DreamHack 4 in Europe.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's doing pretty well.
How did he do in winter? Let's have a look.
I don't remember.
All right. He did make it to the group stage. He made it to the playoffs out of the groups, but went down to Dimao.
And thus was unable to qualify for the international event.
Unfortunately, but enough about Europe. Yeah, we are in Latino America. We are here in the grand finals of Taco Cup Qualifier number 2 for Taco Cup 6. Hey, we got a TBT.
We have got a TBT, which nobody saw coming. And speaking of who nobody sees coming, here we have it in Pillars of Gold, LE, holding up the rest of the map pool in the top right-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top right-hand corner. The red Terran player coming down from Peru. He is going to be representing insane masses killers, and he is insane. He has killed the masses, and now he's going to kill another one. He is kaozfate.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE, we have the Mexican Terran player, the Orange Terran, representing Team Alpha X. He has returned from a hiatus. He's already qualified, but he's here to take that prize money. It is Sinner.
Cinnamon. Where are you gonna run to?
Exactly. Like here on Pillars of Gold, do you think Sinner is gonna whip out the bio or the mech?
On Pillars of Gold, I feel like you know, that's actually kind of an interesting thing. It's kind of an interesting question. I feel like if Sinner is aware that kaozfate is more of a bio kind of player, I feel like he wouldn't go for mech just because Pillars of Gold, there's a lot more opportunity for those Marauders to get a nice concave on top of those siege up tank lines. But it really does depend.
Yeah, that's a good point as well. And I mean, I'm sure Sinner, he, like, no offense to Tavo, his previous opponent, but like kaozfate is viewed as a stronger player, so because of that, I'm sure Sinner is also taking this like a lot more seriously, or he respects his opponent a lot more, and that could be influencing his decisions, right? Like, oh, like this player, like he's, you know, yeah.
We say that. Watch him doom drop every game.
That's what's gonna happen, and it's gonna be over in like.
He's gonna doom drop. He's gonna win game 1. He's gonna doom drop again. But except Yarrow is more prepared for it, then he's going to doom drop again in the ace match.
Oh god, it's possible. It's possible that could happen. We'll see. A Sinner, he's doing Sinner things. He's going across the map with 2 Reapers and a Hellion. But Gerald's, interesting. Only 1 Reaper here and already working on his Marines.
Huh. All right. So not going to be the more standard way of sort of playing out this. Playing out the CVT, Gerald's playing a lot more defensively. Yeah. And he's pretty much giving up all map control, at least in the early game.
I'm just a little bit worried things may snowball. Like, he's waiting here at the Reaper cliff for the Reapers to come up, but Sinner, he's delaying it a little bit, waiting for more units to meet up and reinforce, and we'll see how these Marines and these Hellions do.
Alright, well, he does have a decent position on the ramp. Has to make sure that he doesn't bunch up his Marines too much. Funnily enough, that was actually a pretty good KDA charge. It splits up the Marines for Gerald.
Wow.
And he's got just enough to deflect this. Only 2 SCVs going down, and no scouting information whatsoever has been taken here for Sinner.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm really impressed. Like, Geralt, he had his Marines all lined up, not for Hellion shots, but lined up perfectly to avoid those Hellion shots. And yeah, like, he was able to defend quite nicely. In the end, he did lose mining time, and he was forced to pull all his boys away from the natural mineral line. So yeah, it wasn't ideal, but like, you know, we've seen worse. You know, like Sinner was able to accomplish so much more against like Tavo, for example.
Absolutely. But now accomplishing just, I'm still trying to come up with a tapioca joke. He's only coming up with boba. Actually, I'm not certain. I'm not confident that tavo is a type of tapioca.
I'm not confident either, mate.
Yeah, it's just like, am I thinking of cassava? No, I'm not thinking of cassava. Cassava is different.
Tavo is a province in Italy. Tavo is a brand of baby strollers. Tavo was a king in Fiji.
I'm waiting for you to keep going, and you'll be like, Tavo is what certain like cultures call tapioca.
Yeah, Tavo is what the Hungarians call tapioca. There you go.
There we go. That's how I know it.
Not at all. I'm just getting pictures of strollers, of baby strollers. Look, I don't know, mate. I don't even. All right. Speaking a little bit about the game, kaozfate, like, you were talking about it earlier, right? Like, he avoided going for very many Hellions and very many Reapers to build up that Marine count, and that's all for this. That's all for this big push that's coming across the map.
Yeah, it is looking absolutely massive right now. 3 tanks that are pretty good bioforce, as well as those double Ravens with quite a bit of energy stored into them. We'll have to see how good Sinner's defense can be against these. I mean, we've seen him defend against Tavo with his Ravens, but I don't see any Vikings out this time.
Yeah,
going for a Raven.
Oh my god, you don't typically see that, but okay, 3 Ravens are going to be coming out here for Sinner. He does have 3 tanks as well, but more reinforcements are meeting up for kaozfate, even getting a Viking as well.
But it is only 1, and I'm kind of worried right now, like, how many disables does the Sinner have compared to Geralt? One of them already being used on that tank. Sinner, you gotta be careful, man.
Yeah, and a little bit of mispositioning there. He was able to disable, but you know what? The tanks weren't in position to really take advantage of that. Uses a second disable, so again, a little bit wasted, and it looks like kaozfate will be able to snipe one of these tanks.
Yeah, all in all, could have been far worse here for Sinner.
Oh yeah, definitely. So far he's been able to hold. Ooh, he's actually striking around. He's gonna run into the Vikings!
He does run into the Vikings, throwing down a couple auto turrets just to save its hive. The most high energy Raven does get taken out, but there's a pretty good split of tanks. The Marines are split up pretty nicely. Ooh, nicely. GG is called. kaozfate showing the master how it's done. Sinner, he's got unholy magic, but Geralt, he is a man of the cloth.
Exactly. GG Sinner. He was a little bit too greedy. He had focused on getting his 3rd base up and running. He went for that 3rd Raven, but he was trying to go for a flank, but he himself got flanked.
There's just so many layers to that. Like, how many flanks are we getting out here? I could go for a good flank stake.
Exactly, I was thinking the exact same thing, and that's exactly what kaozfate is doing. He's eating his opponent, and already up 1-0. Remember, this is a best of 3. 1 more win, and kaozfate, he's just gonna walk away with this.
Yeah, he's gonna walk away with what is it, $17.50 for prize money?
Yeah, exactly. You know what? That's USD, and that means that's like a solid $100 in Latino America, man. That scales up.
You buy so much Inca Cola with that.
Oh yeah. It's all about that Inca Cola, and oh, actually, we do have Fernantok in the chat. It looks like ooh, the bracket has been finalized.
Oh my lord.
Everyone, exclamation mark B in the chat. And you know what, Yaku, I'm gonna just link this to you if you haven't seen it already.
I I do have to bracket up, and you know what? This is very hype. We're about to reveal what we're really hype about, but you know what I'm happy about? I was correct. The top seed goes up against mana. The lower seed. I was right. No, but anyway, yep, kaozfate will be going up against Clem. That's gonna be a bit of a tough ask, I gotta say. But if kaozfate, if he's still in the similar form that he has here, I think that series will be pretty close.
Oh yeah, definitely. So like everyone, you know what, I'm just link this in the Twitch chat as well. Oh my god, the seedings. So Clem versus kaozfate, Special versus Paco Mike. Oh my god.
Damn.
And Sinner versus Mana, that's I feel on, like, I don't know, maybe I'm not yeah, maybe I'm not giving too much credit to Mana, but I've like Sinner's got a good chance there.
Yeah, I feel like he does. I mean, again, it comes down to the fact that honestly, I'm just not as familiar with how Mana has been doing recently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like he is a little bit of a wild card in that bracket. Mana is.
Mm-hmm.
If he's in form, I could absolutely see him taking it all the way to at least the finals.
Oh yeah.
But if not, then I mean, Sinner is looking pretty good.
Definitely.
And speaking of looking pretty good, we are now here on Submarine for the first time this morning. I'm too Latino. I'm thinking the Latino time zones now. In the top left-hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the top left-hand corner of the map, he is the orange Terran player coming down from Peru, going to be representing Team Insane Masters Killers, having the run of his life right now, but hopefully not the only run of his life. He is the Witcher himself. We have, you know him as Gerald of SC. We know him as kaozfate.
Oh my god, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner, but not just the bottom right, but also right next to kaozfate's base with a proxy Rax, we have the Mexican Terran player, the red Terran representing Team Alpha X. He is on match point. One more loss, he is out of this tournament. He needs this win to make it to that ace match. It is Sinner.
Gerald ain't got a scout in the TVT, is he?
Oh god, that's the question.
Gerald doesn't SCV scout in TVT.
Oh my, why would you not? Mate, this is Submarine. I didn't even notice when we were loading into the lobby. This is Submarine of all maps, and so far, no SCV scout whatsoever.
None at all. Man, I feel like the thing is you can really go either way in a TVT. You can decide, okay, I want to go for an SCV scout just to be more safe, or I can, you know, delay that because I want more firepower coming out with, say, my Reaper or what have you. But now it's kind of coming back to bite him. To be fair, he is going for that factory, so he will be able to get some Hellions out, but how many Reapers is Sinner going to pump out by the time that happens?
Oh, exactly. You know what? Okay, Gerald, he is going for 2 Reapers. I was a little bit concerned if he was going for the same opener he did in game number 1, that he would be working on a Marine instead, and that would have been disastrous. But already his first Reaper is going across the map.
I don't know. I feel like Reapers aren't, or Marines aren't too bad, assuming he's going to continue to get Hellions out here. But the most important thing is Sinner is getting a bunker.
Oh my god, he's getting a bunker right in front of his face, even blocking that add-on as well, which may be even more important. I'm not too sure. But oh my god, the Reapers.
I don't think blocking an add-on out.
Yeah.
Alright, Hellion does come out, and it's just enough to chase away those couple of Reapers. Sinner still losing a couple of Reapers here. Gerald really doing his best to pull as many SCVs away and try to equalize the damage. He's actually getting it. Gerald's now up in workers.
Yeah, like honestly, I'm so impressed. Oh, 2 Hellions and a couple of workers as well, 2 tank, and I'm so impressed that kaozfate has been able to defend here and also micro on the other side of the map, equalizing in damage as well. But
Yeah, it's gonna be the end of that Reaper, but now, I mean, Chaos Fate again. He is ahead in the SCV count, chases away the Reapers once again. He is so solid. Whether he wants to attack, whether he wants to defend, this is Chaos Fate showing us another side of him.
Exactly, like the bunker was forced to be cancelled. Like Chaos Fate, he's still ahead in workers by 2. He's even confident enough to start a natural base, a second CC, and Sinner, he needs to do more. Otherwise, that's it for his tournament run.
It is looking in shambles right now. Sinner has to pick up the pieces and try to salvage it as best he can, but he was so all in with that double Reaper proxy that now he's just now finishing up his factory. Geralt, he's looking to go across the map. He has a decent amount of Reapers with him. He's got a lot of Hellions.
Yeah, like, oh my god, like Geralt, he's been able to defend perfectly. Like his natural is so much more further along than Sinner, and I mean, yeah, like the aggression is done. Sinner, he's going to attempt to try and transition out of this, and he has a decent amount of Reapers, so he's going to try and keep map control in his favor and keep Chaos Fate at home. But Chaos Fate, like, yo, as soon as that tank finishes, like maybe he'll wait for a medevac, but like his first push is going to be huge.
It absolutely will. Now, Sinner, as you were saying, does have a lot of Reapers to him, and honestly, if he micros well enough, he can have an opportunity to, try to take out the Hellions of Geralt over here, but not going to be risking it whatsoever. He only has the Reapers, whereas Geralt really diversifying what he's got. Tank putting in a lot of splash there.
Yeah, big tank shot goes off on top of the Reapers, and the Reapers are so vulnerable now because the majority of them, all of them, are going to be going down here as they're all trapped in the base of Chaos Fate. And now that only one Reaper has managed to survive, oh my god, not even.
Oh my god, not even. Sick drop control coming in here, showing that Sinner ain't the only one.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Look at Chaos Fate go. He's got the skills. He be styling on Sinner, and now like he's just pushing out across the map. He's got his medevac. He's got 2 tanks. What does Sinner have? His tank, his own factory was so late. He doesn't have any factory. Never mind. He's got 1 cyclone.
And he is trying to get some mag fuel accelerator, maglev, if you will, just to just to have a little bit of a better defense. But I'm just looking at the army supply. I'm looking at the type of army that Geralt has got. Sinner, I mean, he can try to kite this, but he's very rapidly running out of space to kite.
Oh yeah, exactly. He just has no room. The Cyclones are already badly bruised. You know what? He is able to snipe 1 tank, which is nice, but you know what? The Marines, they hunt down the rest of the Cyclones.
He's dropping on top of the Cyclone. SCVs cannot get there in time, and this has got to be it. Yeah. This has got to be it. And we thought we were in for a long one looking at TVT, but...
Yeah, not at all, not at all. Not if you noticed, but Sinner, he landed the racks in the main, was trying to make... Yeah, he was trying to make a Marine, but you know what? It burned down before the Marine finished, so that has been dealt with. There is a Banshee, to be fair, but Cloak isn't even done.
Yeah, Cloak is a long ways off. I feel like the Cyclone can start to get some stuff done, but yeah, not quite. Tech Siege just right on top of the ramp. Oof. And more Marines just being rallied across the map.
Yeah, exactly. Like, maybe the Banshee can find an angle to snipe the tank. The Cyclone's being repaired, so again, a lock-on is possible, but the depot goes down. That allows the Marines to go up the ramp as well. He locks on.
Yeah, lock-on is saving grace. Does take out the tank, but now the Marines in the medevac is still very much into play. The SCVs are absolutely MVP right now. Throws out an auto turret and another Cyclone coming in. Look at the juggling coming out. GG is called. Chaos Fate, more like Chaos Emerald. I couldn't think of anything. Oh lordy! And as Vortex is saying here in chat, Inca Cola, it gives you some strange powers.
Oh my god, yes it does. The power of the Inca Cola is fueling Chaos Fates, and Fate is now a reality as he takes the series, takes the entire tournament without dropping. I was thinking maybe, I was for sure thinking that this would go to the ace match. Not even. Chaos Fate didn't drop a single map today.
None whatsoever, and I still think he's got a little bit of a hill to climb on the main event going up against Clem. But if he shows a similar form today, he can make that such a competitive, such a close series.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like kaozfate, he had such a good showing here in these Latin American qualifiers, but now he's going to be advancing on tomorrow to face Clem, arguably the best Terran in the world, at least the best foreign Terran in the world. Yeah, like that, his TVT is really going to be put to the test there.
It really will. Man, I am and it's in less than 24 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in less than 24 hours. We will be live with Taco Cup 6 Day 1. Day 1, of course, will be every single match in the round of 16. Everything will be covered. Everything will be casted.
Yeah, I'm hoping that kaozfate can take this momentum together with him and just try to make a pretty deep, fairly deep run. But again, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. As again, !B in the chat. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna post the link again in the chat. We have a stacked round of 16. A lot of Latin American players, a lot of Europeans, North American, even a Korean in Solar.
Yeah, somehow Solar keeps getting invited to Taco Cup. I feel like Special has something to do with that.
Maybe. Oh my god. Just, yeah, it's just been, what an amazing qualifier. What an amazing couple of qualifiers. We had a couple of upsets, a couple of surprises. You know, Zion's yesterday really surprised everyone, advancing on and qualifying as well. kaozfate today, Sinner, of course, he qualified as well, and we're going to get something that we don't get too often, you know, Latin America versus Europe. Typically when that happens, it's only like Kellezer and Special that really get to represent, but there's a lot more here today, or tomorrow.
It definitely is. And of course, your bracket will be Clem versus kaozfate, Nina versus Vindicta, Utermal versus Eggs, Special versus Paco Mike, Mana versus Sinner, Kellezer versus Blee, Sola versus Eric, and Cham versus Zions.
I can't wait. I can't wait. And for the people in the chat, you can currently see the weekly schedule. So we just finished up with both of the Taco Cup qualifiers, and tomorrow at 7 a.m. KST will be Taco Cup Day 1, the round of 16. Every single round of 16 match will be casted there tomorrow, and then on Sunday will be the final day. It'll be all of the round of 8, the semifinals, and the grand finals.
But you know what? If you cannot wait, if you were looking at this tournament and saying, man, I want to compete, look no further than Massa Swan Open, happening in about 5.5 hours from now. We will be live with that. Open to... Wait, is the Sea Duckling open today or Massa Swan?
Sea Duckling.
Wait, what? How did... Sea Duckling open. Open to everyone from every region, as long as you fall within the... as long as you fall within the Bronze to Diamond leagues.
Yeah, we do have Sea Duckling open in 5.5 hours. That is our bi-weekly amateur tournaments that we run every single 2 weeks. We alternate. 1 week we have Sea Duckling open for Diamond players. The other week we have Master Swan open for 4.9k MMR players, which is essentially Masters 2, released in the center of Master 2 MMR. So yeah, you know, if you're interested in that, if you're interested in participating, in watching, then we will be live in, you know, we will be live shortly in 5.5 hours. And yeah, we have a stacked day today. Not just today, we have a stacked weekend of StarCraft.
I agree.
And with that, thanks everyone for watching. It's been intense 2 days of StarCraft, of qualifiers, but we finally have our full 16 players that will be participating. Again, massive shout out to Jim Rising for running this event. That's something that we didn't really touch on, but Jim Rising, he wasn't competing because he's casting, and as well as providing the prize pool. Like, this is kind of his event that he has been running for the past couple of years. Taco Cup, it's like his baby, his child. It's his way to give back to the StarCraft community.
That's why everybody should go to twitch.tv/Jim Rising and fill in that what's it called, that tip jar. That way we get more taco cups.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't just Jim that makes this possible, but also there are a bunch of other sponsors. Team Exxon, which is, you know, Special's team as well as Jim's team, they also sponsor this event. HP Omen, I think Jim Rising is going to do some HP Omen giveaways, question mark, I believe.
Let's couple after.
I think Monitor. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I know he was able to do that previously. You know, Speeda is sponsoring as well as OSC. OSC, they hook us up with the Maturino pages. Speeda, they are the big Latin American kind of collaboration where Jim Rising and all the other casters come together to form like the Latin American community. They're all coming together for this as well, and yeah, it's gonna be a sick weekend.
So everybody, get your Doritos ready. Get some Jarritos or some Inca Cola, depending on what is more available. And tune in.
Yeah, definitely tune in. And if you cannot tune in, if these times are a little bit too, you know, inconvenient for you, then be sure to check out our YouTube channel. You know, we upload all of our VODs to our YouTube channel. They are all there, ready and available for you, so you can get in there and check out the VODs. Otherwise, of course, the VODs will be available on Twitch as well. I know Twitch VODs, they aren't, you know, anywhere near as convenient as YouTube, but they are available if you don't want to wait for them to be uploaded. And yeah, with that, Yaku, thank you for joining me today. I know it was kind of
as well.
Yeah, it was kind of last minute. Normally I have, you know, either Yoda or milk, but yeah, thanks.
Yeah, they're busy stuffing themselves.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Stuffing. Ho ho ho!
God damn it.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yaku, where can people find more of you?
Buenos Dia de los Muertos. Twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1. Twitter.com @Empora Yakuzaku. Exclamation mark Discord in the chat. You can find myself as well as the other members of CranKy. And apart from that, buy my shirts. Light, where can we find you?
Find me at light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. I mean, I'm live typically throughout the week, whether it's with StarCraft or some XCOM or Halo, or typically behind the scenes work, you know, editing VODs, editing thumbnails, things of that nature. If you're interested, then do drop by. You know, we get to have some nice conversations, some behind the scenes talk about how things run here at the CranKy Ducklings. And yeah, more importantly, hit that follow button. We are live throughout the week. As you can see, we have plenty of StarCraft on our weekly schedule, and this is just this week. Next week, maybe we got TSL, and then after that we have DreamHack qualifiers as well. Like, it's going to be a stacked December.
Oh yeah, this is final DreamHack last chance.
Yeah. Yes, it's a lot of StarCraft. Yeah, and on top of that, all the ESL cups, you know, they don't stop either.
Till they get enough.
God damn it. Alright, thanks everyone for watching. Stay tuned, we're gonna raid someone, and we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you in 5 hours.
Kuro will.
Kuro will, yeah.
God damn it, Dark. Bella.